Howdy.
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 Hello, everyone, and hello to everybody who's hanging out with us. Thank you for sticking with us for a couple of minutes. As is so often the case, sometimes technology just says you're going to have to wait a couple minutes. But it seems like everything is resolved. So, hello, and welcome to Gut Punch RP, a tabletop role-playing game stream channel focused on inclusivity in gaming spaces and on charity. You can type !donate into the chat to get a link to our ongoing Tiltify event for I Need Diverse Games. They're a bunch of cool folks, and you can find out more about everything they do if you type !charity into the chat, and you'll get a link to check them out. We also give away prizes to random donors to that Tiltify event every month. So we super recommend that you donate every month if you're able to do so that you can get more chances to win and throw a couple extra bucks to a super cool charity. It works out for everybody. And just so you're aware, because this is a charity channel, all of the money that comes in from things like bits and subs goes back into the channel. Basically our operating expenses, prizes, all that kind of cool stuff. Thank you so much. We are also sponsored by Tabletop Loot and Dungeonsgate.com, and you can type !tabletop loot or !Dungeonsgate to get links to those websites and check those guys out. And you can use our code GutPunchRP on both websites to get 15% off at checkout with Tabletop Loot or 10% off your shopping cart, excluding sale items with Dungeonsgate.com. They both carry a lot of TTRPG stuff, dice, trailers, all that kind of fun stuff. So go say hi and check them out. We love those guys. And if you can, please also support us in non-monetary ways, such as following us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all those kind of social media platforms. And with the videos, making them, I hope it helps. See, I hope you have fun. But we also love hearing from you. So, it's frozen. Is it not seeing it? We'll find out. I hope it's not frozen. I hope we're doing all right. Ruh-roh.
My neck's screaming.
Uh-oh.
I think we're okay.
Is it me?
I think we're back. No, it's not you.
Oh no. Yeah, the stream is frozen.
We're in and out.
Okay, well, if any of you love the folks who can hear us, thanks for sticking by.
Standing by, sticking around.
Standing by and sticking around.
Sticking by.
I believe that's called a malapropism.
What?
A malapropism is when you combine or mess up a known idiom.
Bless you.
So, like, we'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I use that one a lot.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? That's the actual phrase. We're going to burn the bridge when we get to it.
That's Willow.
I mean, Willow sure will.
Hello.
Okay.
Fireball.
We're back.
Oh, all
And
right.
in the chat.
Looks like we're back. Oh, all right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I genuinely have no idea where I left off on our little intro, but you guys have heard it before. So please support us. Please donate to charity. We love you so much. Thanks for sticking around. And if this is your first time on the channel, welcome. We hope you stick around. You have joined us for our ongoing Fantasy Wild West campaign that uses the D&D 5e system. We play this particular game on alternating Thursdays, which means that our next game is going to be on April 21st. But we also have other shows on this channel, such as Laurelwind on every Monday, which is our flagship show. It's our High Fantasy 5e show. We're very excited. We almost got our asses kicked by a dragon, so come say hi to us on Monday. And on the weeks that Blackriver does not happen, on Fridays, we have Darkness Rising, which is another Fantasy 5e show. So check both those out and say hi to us. Now that I think we've gotten all that out of the way, and assuming that the stream is doing all right, let's do a little bit of a recap. And welcome, as always, to Blackriver. Last week, our crew was trying to figure out how to resolve the fact that, I don't know, the entire town went missing, which seemed potentially urgent, by a mysterious figure in all black who introduced himself only as Felix, although he implied he uses a number of names, aliases, and the like. He advised that she speak to the group's captive, Elizabeth, or as she was formerly known, Tess. And once the party did so, it turned out that she was surprisingly willing to renounce her relationship with the demon Azon and actually offered her help, which the group accepted, and she did give, returning the townsfolk safe and sound, all except a certain sheriff, Samuel Crane, who was still missing once everybody else had made their way back to their homes, shops, and loved ones. The group gathered, had a drink, had a chat, and talked about next steps and what had occurred around them. The following morning, they gathered again to meet up with Ziana, who gave them a number of some items she felt that perhaps would be useful on their future adventures, as well as a fairly large sum of money from the grateful townsfolk who had gathered together to give them, to put up a collection, let's say. The group headed over to Virgil's shop to watch, I guess, as he scryed to try to find Samuel, something he had not been able to do the day before due to the laws of magic, and waited the requisite 10 or so minutes to find a panicked Virgil proclaiming that he'd seen Samuel unmoving in Zyra's Spring, a place that our party has been before. And so I believe you've all set out to head in that general direction. I believe you've all mounted up and headed out of town, unless there's anything last minute you'd like to do. All right.
We have Ziana and Virgil with us.
Yes,
right? Yes.
And Elizabeth, right?
And Elizabeth.
Yes. They, if I remember correctly, took Samuel's horse, and they're both on that particular horse. They're riding with you. I believe Elizabeth is also with you, and Willow was kind enough to lend a dress to her.
Yeah.
So she's
on your horse.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The dress with the bullet hole.
That's fair.
Is that a known bullet hole or is that a surprise bullet hole?
Like, is it visible or like Willow knows it's there?
Wait, the current dress has a bullet hole?
The one Elizabeth is wearing, yes.
Oh, I don't know. You tell me.
The dress has a bullet hole?
Okay.
I think the question is, is the party aware that you have a dress with a bullet hole?
Oh,
Do we know about you getting shot at any point in our memory?
No, she hasn't gotten shot while she's been in the party with you guys.
I didn't think so.
All right then.
Okay.
Carrying on.
Where is the bullet hole?
God damn it! Where is it, Willow?
Crazy Willow.
It'd be up on like the corset side, so like depending on where you're looking, it'd be fairly visible.
Like on the rib cage.
Yeah, it's fairly visible. I will remind everybody that Malcolm's passive perception is now 22.
I'm sorry.
So I'm sure that he probably notices this.
However, his politeness is like a 30, so...
Oh yeah, he's probably looking at it going, that's weird.
Politeness and anxiety are like way up here. Like,
Listen, she has prestidigitation. She can clean shit, but she doesn't have mending. She can't mend shit.
True enough. Yeah, Elizabeth doesn't have mending either, so bullet hole it is. If you guys
let's go.
Yeah, if you really want to roll for the bullet hole, please go ahead. But that's up to you. So you guys are heading north at a good clip, I'm gonna guess. Doesn't take too long to get all the way up there. You know the path. Everything looks about the same as it has. The landscape, as it has before, starts to sort of wither and dry out the closer you've gotten to the spring. As you know, this is probably related to the actions that Elizabeth took here before. But you're not stopped by anything. Nothing gets in your way, so you are able to tie up your horses wherever you'd like to and head on in.
Okay. Does it look different?
Yeah.
The outside does not. Looks pretty much the same. Things have not improved, but they haven't necessarily worsened. As you step into the small space housing the spring, everything looks just about as you'd left it. Although I imagine the first thing you notice is the body of Samuel Crane, unmoving in the water.
Going for it to get him out of there, yeah.
He's easy enough to pull out. He doesn't... Well, you're handling him. Why don't you perhaps roll me a perception check?
All right. Ooh! That's gonna be a 25
Dang,
perception.
all right. Wow. Very nice. So
Natural 19.
he's not moving, but as you pull him out of the water, you notice that he is breathing. He seems to be stabilized, kind of in a way that you've seen before, perhaps people who've gone unconscious, but who are not imminently in danger of shuffling off the mortal coil, shall we say.
Gonna kind of gently just be like smack his cheek. Be like, hey, Samuel.
He doesn't wake up.
Try to wake him up. All right. Well, he's alive. Like, looking up at the others.
Is he not responding?
He's breathing, but that's about it.
I'm the sheriff. Good job there.
Can you do anything for him, preacher?
Yeah, I can heal him. I can cast Spare the Dying from 30 feet, but he is alive. Yeah, I will come up and do like a first level Cure Wounds. Does it seem to respond? Is he like, if you pinch him, like, is there blood near the surface? Like, how close to frozen are we talking?
If you'd like to do a medicine check, you're welcome to do so.
I would love to. I have to roll a die.
Rolling dice.
Oh, that hit
on
the
this
floor.
show.
It's not great. 12.
It's more than enough. You can spend as much time as you need to with him. It doesn't seem like there is anything noticeably wrong with him. You guess with a 12 that even minor healing magic is very likely to work and pretty likely to wake him up.
Okay.
As far as you can tell.
I will not slap him on the cheek, but I will gently sort of press a hand to his chest, try and bring him up first level Cure Wounds. He's gonna take 5 points of healing. Sorry about it. It's first level.
More than enough. He does sort of open his eyes and startle awake. He seems waterlogged, bedraggled, and it takes him a moment to kind of focus on all of you, and he seems quite confused. He does sit up fairly abruptly and is kind of surprised. And
Morning, Sheriff.
morning, why are we here?
That is a great question. You got any sort of answer? Because we sure as hell don't.
I don't remember too well. I remember talking to all of you back in town about Vance. And then I headed south to follow up with him, try try to stop him from whatever nonsense he was doing. And then I had a feeling about an hour south of town. And here he kind of makes eye contact with Ziana and Virgil, particularly on the word feeling. He says, yeah, I headed over to that old mine south of town. And I ran into... And then he realizes Elizabeth is standing there and kind of recoils, and she takes a step back as well. And he's like, why is she here?
I'm still wondering that, actually. But, she, seems at least not to be in a murdering sort of mood anymore. So, according to
mercies.
Willa.
She certainly took a decent shot at me. I ran into her and we had a bit of a fight. Last thing I remember, she was summoning some kind of dark magic, and then there was a flash of light, and then I was here. Now.
Is this where you apologize, Elizabeth?
She sort of looks over at Willow and she's like, yeah, sorry, you just surprised me. I thought you'd come to kill me.
You need to stop thinking that people are out to kill you, young woman.
I mean, to be fair, their last interaction with her, she was trying to do some like tomfoolery killing and like bringing about a demon kind of shit.
Those kinds of actions do tend to bring about that sort of reaction.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. There's a lot of anxiety to live under.
But Samuel's kind of... He sort of chuckles in the same way that all of you do. He's like, well, if you don't mean us any harm right now, then I hope maybe we can make peace one way or another. But anyway, I wish I had more answers for all of you. I guess I remember bits and pieces, a pool of mercury, something like that. And he sort of thinks about it for a minute, and he kind of looks at Mal, and he's like, I kind of remember you for some reason.
What?
I don't know, there were some faces I didn't recognize up at the church. Maybe I was dreaming, I don't know what to tell you.
Where in the church?
What do you mean?
Do you recall?
I guess I would have been standing up near the front.
Just kind of looks at Malcolm.
Looks at Malcolm.
Well, we spent one night in the church, woke up that morning, were able to run down to, same direction you were, found Vance, fought her, came back, and then Miss Elizabeth here and Amity and I were able to sort of work together and bring the town back, so at least that's sorted. But after you...
Were you aware of everyone disappearing, Sheriff?
Disappearing? And you said you slept. How long has it been?
About a day or so.
2 days.
2 days.
Total.
Yeah, that's right. My mistake. 2 days. But, the day that you sent us off to come here, actually, we came back and, it was a ghost town.
What happened? Is everyone all right?
She happened. Nods to Elizabeth. Everyone's back now.
All right.
Thanks to Amity and Malcolm. But...
Well, I'm glad to hear it. And I'm sorry I wasn't there to help.
Honestly, we were just concerned about what in the hell had happened to you since you didn't come back when everybody else did.
Well, I guess I owe you another one.
Yeah, there's some... Said that it was we've put pieces together, said that it was the influence of Azon that was keeping everybody stuck on the ethereal plane, I suppose. Was it?
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, de muertos. But at least part of it's solved. I don't think the whole thing is.
No,
I saw you too.
you.
Yeah, I had a vision in the church at one point. Well,
Said I was just dreaming.
So did I.
Apparently not.
Well, did you see anything else?
My patron saint, and real quick, Saint Zara, and then you, and then Saint Zara again, and then... Well, we had other things to attend to, but there was a symbol on the church that Claire and the rest of us thought kind of looked like the same symbols we've been finding around.
You saw a symbol at the church? Can you show me?
Yeah, Mal will, like, dig in his pockets and pull out what he saw. Everybody, I think, here has seen it.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, you wrote it into the journal.
Yeah.
Samuel at this point has kind of gotten to his feet. He's dripping wet, but kind of trying to like straighten himself out a little bit. He looks at the journal page and just kind of nods briskly, and he's like, "Yeah, that's Saint Zyrus symbol, so I guess that lines up."
Willow's flicking cards at him every few seconds that, like, for the 1 square foot, will warm up the material.
He sort of quirks a smile at her and nods his thanks. He's like, "You don't see this symbol that much around town anymore, but you used to, a bit more. Of course, maybe I'm biased. My mom had it drawn above almost every doorway in our house. Protection, she said."
Yeah, I'm familiar with that whole concept. It seemed rather old, the one in the church, but are you alright? You've been gone for 2 days. You have no recollection of anything happening? You didn't end up on a plane? You said you saw faces?
I wish I had more answers for you. I'm not gonna say I feel the best I've ever felt, but I don't think I'm dying or anything. I'll be alright. I don't know, maybe Zyra saved me. Maybe that's why you saw what you saw.
Saved you from what?
I don't know. Whatever it was your friend over there was trying to do to me.
Which was, Amity raises an eyebrow at her. What did you cast? What did you do? How did he end up here? I feel like that's a thing to know.
You might be the one who knows it.
She has her arms crossed over her chest in a kind of very closed off sort of way. But when you address her, she'll be like, yeah, I was casting something pretty powerful. It's a spell called Circle of Death. It's about what it says in the name. Does a lot of harm. I'm not going to say I wasn't, trying to kill him as an effort to stop him killing me. I am sorry. I won't do it again.
Sure hope not.
I don't know what happened. He mentioned the flash, and I saw it too. I don't know. I didn't see him casting magic or anything, but he was there 1 minute, and then he wasn't the next. Just gone.
Well, it's gonna peer in really close to the sheriff and detect magic.
What does he have on him that's magical? This is always the GM check.
Oh, if it's just items, then that's fine.
He has miscellaneous stuff. It's not a lot, actually.
Okay.
I'm not sure he has anything magic on him. You do notice, just because you've cast Detect Magic, that there is a symbol in the pool that lights up as
That's what we were shooting at.
Last time... Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Does it look like what Mal had drawn last time, or does it look different?
Yes, it does. So it's that same symbol, the circle with 3 triangles, that Samuel just identified as Zyra's symbol.
That's different.
Wait, which symbol did Mel show him?
The one that we dispelled last time was not that one.
No, the question was the last
yes,
time.
you're
we were
correct.
in the
This is
springs.
different than the symbol you saw in the water last time.
All right.
But Willow would know because Mel showed her,
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
So
He
you
drew
would
it more.
recognize that the symbol was different.
And this is the same one that is on the church. It's Saint Zyra's symbol now.
Yes.
Okay.
She'll hit Mal in the shoulder, and when he doesn't immediately respond, hit him 4 more times.
Oh.
Hey, that is my job.
Oh, Claire, hit him, please.
Okay, thanks.
Why are you hitting me?
And I go.
She steps back.
I go I'm gonna hit Mal, and I just kind of turn and clock Elizabeth.
Oh.
All right, roll a strike.
Mal's gonna put he's gonna dodge and then do a smack his hand over his face no. And I mean, he'll try and I don't think he's gonna try and intervene necessarily, but he is gonna be what the hell?
Claire, that's not Mal.
It's a 15 on the dice. I'm having trouble mathing in my head.
I think your strike is much higher than your. What is your strength?
It's plus what?
No, it's plus 8. I'm just not mathing right now.
23.
23.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter. Yeah, you clock her clean in the face, and she falls right on her ass, and is kind of clutching her nose.
To be fair, I was going for an arm, not full in the
Oh,
face.
okay,
Yeah.
But you're going full strength,
Oh
right?
yeah. I
Yeah.
wasn't
Okay.
holding
So
back.
she stumbles and drops right onto her ass and is very surprised about this. And she kind of looks up and is like, "What?"
Welcome to the
I'll help
team,
her
I
up.
guess.
No,
It's
well,
true.
no, not welcome. No.
No.
Getting punched by her is some sort of an initiation, I'd say.
Maybe it's more
High
just
five with Mal.
starting to pay off a little bit of that malice.
I'm gonna help her up, and I'm gonna, I'm fixing the skirt. I'm poofing the bustle. I'm noticing the bullet hole. I am looking at Willow. I am trying to tidy.
Tosses a card and presses it to the ow. Cleans it.
That one.
Yes.
I often breastatigitate.
Hey, it's too many T's.
Yeah.
But
honestly,
she will.
I think everyone in the space kind of did the initial move forward of what is happening, but then kind of realizes that nothing needs to be resolved or handled. So they're kind of okay. But
What's your passive perception again?
Me?
Yeah.
23. 22. 22.
22? Okay, Willow has your journal right now, and she's leafing through, and she is now holding up the Zyra symbol. And it's that wasn't the one that was in
Oh.
there last time, is it?
No.
Oh, that's in there right now, though.
Is it on the ground or on the top of the water?
It's on the bottom of it, right? Beneath the water.
It's sort of in the middle of the pool, above the bottom, but below the surface. It's in the
All right,
Half
so
of
if
it.
it's bottom,
same spot as before.
top, around here.
But it's approximately where Samuel was floating.
Approximately where he was floating.
Listen, I understand tensions are high and we don't exactly have perfect alliances right now, but That seems to me like divine intervention.
If
I
you
don't
say so.
disagree.
Marco, something being left behind. My saint being involved. She said she'd been here before. That's very suspicious to me. Should we be having this conversation here?
Was there a reason why we shouldn't?
Not necessarily.
You worried about something here, preacher?
Well, I think Claire's right. I think that these symbols look awful similar. Entities and whatnot. But I guess my only worry is that the spring doesn't look any better. Presence of gods and all that, but we still have people that went missing. We have a sheriff that blipped off the face for 2 days, and the I'm sorry, DM, the like grass doesn't look any better. Like nothing around here seems to have healed, right?
No. Looks
Scanning
about
around. Anything's magical or not magical? Other than
Looking
everyone's shiny
around.
shit.
Yeah, nothing else kind of really stands out to you. Obviously, your party has a number of magical items, as do the other folks who are kind of here with you, but none of it stands out to you as surprising or unusual, I would imagine. But the spring doesn't seem to be doing any better. In fact, as you watch, the symbol kind of flickers a little bit weakly.
Kind of flickering. I don't think it's going to stay for long.
Oh.
If
Maybe
it
we
was
should
just
go
holding the sheriff, then
Yeah.
moving him would move the symbol, one would think.
Maybe we should head out then. Just in case.
Maybe. There was nothing else that happened. You were out here for a couple hours face down in the water. There's nothing else that we can do? Nothing else you remember? Are we missing something from what
I'll
happened?
keep trying. Maybe it'll come back to me over time. But right now, I'm sorry to say I guess I've lost a couple days.
It's alright. We took care of it, I think.
I'm grateful. You've done a lot for this town, especially during times that I seem to have failed it. So, means a lot.
I think we're all just doing our best.
Seems you got Ziana back as well. So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you've done a lot of good. And it's about this time, actually, that Ziana will be like, if y'all want to come back to my house, it's not too far away. You don't have to, but if you'd rather not be here.
Closer than heading back to town.
As long as it's not an imposition.
No, I don't mind it. Haven't been home in a few days, so I don't know how much hosting I'll be able to do, but I'll give you a glass of water at least.
That's mighty kind of you. Shall we?
Sure.
All right, so they'll all head out with you. Elizabeth kind of is consistently keeping a couple of feet of space from all the rest of you. And she'll come with you, everyone will come with you. Virgil seems fairly relieved to find that Samuel is okay, and Samuel gives him kind of a clap on the shoulder as he walks by. And, yeah, as you all leave...
Bella's gonna hang back with Elizabeth and like in pace with her. It's like you get used to. You'll get punched a few times, but eventually she stops. Kind of like a welcome to the party group. Unless you try attacking him, then she'll hit harder.
I'm guessing that attacking any of you right now would be kind of a bad
Yeah, I wouldn't
idea.
recommend it. I mean, unless you wanted to fight.
No, I I don't really enjoy that very much.
Perfect.
I guess I look forward to being punched.
Yeah, that's kind of the best way to take it.
Well, thank you for everything.
Welcome.
For the clothes and all the rest of it. I'm still trying to figure things out.
Yeah, it's taking that first leap and running away. It's always the hardest step, but after that, once you start running, it goes quicker.
You say that like you have experience with running.
Oh, so much. You gotta do it every so often, shake things up.
What exactly are you running from?
Well, I'd say similar to your situation, because yours is like a really larger scale than mine. I just got an asshole cousin. So kind of like loop her hand and like laugh and like, walk off with her as they're trailing the rest of the
Demons,
group.
asshole cousins. What's the difference?
Actually, extremely accurate, yeah.
Yeah, she'll walk with you. She'll keep her arm in yours. She seems kind of honestly relieved, maybe a little grateful for the little kindness. And yeah, everybody heads over to Zionis. Now I'm getting them confused.
Right?
I crammed you guys.
Oh,
I
you
lightly
did
crammed
this.
you guys with that one. I did. I
You did
fucking
this.
apologize. All right. On the way over, you can walk. It's not that far, but if you'd like to ride, then you also are welcome to do so. Samuel's horse is here, but now there are 3 people who would potentially use it. So, but I'm sure you guys sort it out. And he'll ride with you guys. On the way over, he seems contemplative for a few minutes. And he's like, I think it's probably about time I was a little more honest with all of you, given everything that's been going on.
What do you know?
Go on.
I wish I knew more, but I said I had a feeling about the mine that's not totally right. I saw something. I saw her there. And
Like,
Like
you
when
showed
you
us?
got there, you saw her?
Yeah.
I saw her before I got there, before I ever met her. I've been seeing things like that before they happened since I was 19. Sometimes it helps. That's what happened with you, Sylvie. I saw danger coming your way before it happened. So I told you to lay low.
Like. Huh. Oh, shit. I appreciate it.
Most of the time it helps. And sometimes it is just a feeling one way or another, but they've been getting more vivid the last few years. It's a
Any
hard thing
idea
to
why?
explain, understandably, but sorry. What were you going to say?
I was asking if you had any idea why might be getting stronger.
I wish I knew. Even Vance doesn't. No, I've never told him. He seems to be doing his own research, but I'm careful about what I tell him.
That's wise.
It is.
So do you see like the same thing, or is it different, dangerous things about to happen in like the near future, or is it just some sort of ominous thing that's going to happen?
It depends. Sometimes, most things do happen. Usually it's hours, days, maybe a couple weeks. Sometimes things are a little longer. I've had a couple that were more than a year, rare as they are. And you asked me a long time ago why I let Vance stay in town. Given.
You had a vision about him then.
I did. The night he showed up here, the first time we met, I had a vision that someday he'd be Blackriver's salvation.
Somebody gives just a hearty eye roll from behind his back.
Forgive our skepticism, Sheriff.
It's a hard one to believe, and
Yeah.
sometimes I hope I'm wrong. You can see why it puts me in a tough position. How do I explain to anyone that I allow a known criminal to stay in town on the off chance someday he might be worth something?
All right, out of curiosity, have you ever had a vision and you either did nothing or you tried to stop it and then the opposite happened? Like it didn't come through?
To some extent, I've had a few that I ignored, chose not to act, and they still happened.
Okay.
And it turned out, I don't know, probably if I'd been there, I might have been able to help a little more. I tend to believe that they're given to me so that I can help. But
Insight.
no, it doesn't always make sense.
Can I get an insight check on that?
Sure.
Does that seem to if I was there, like I could have done something statement, does that seem to be kind of loaded?
Well, roll your insight for me.
It's a 19 on the dice plus 7. Malcolm is listening.
There's a story for sure. There's a sort of a tone of regret in his voice. You know him to be a person who cares a lot about other people, and it seems to you that he does regret not having helped someone, but it doesn't seem at a level of like life-changing event. Like it doesn't seem like there's, he's carrying some huge load.
One more thing. Does this seem to be a surprise to Ziana and Virgil? Like, do they seem to kind of know what is up?
Why don't you roll another insight?
Make an argument for perception.
Sure.
It's fine. It's the same roll. Dirty 20.
All right. Mal, who I think has a habit of keeping an eye on his surroundings and the people around him, takes a glance at those two, and they are not surprised at all. Not even remotely. The only person who seems a little surprised actually is Elizabeth.
And I mean, all of us.
And all of us.
Squinting at the Vance statement.
Just saying, if you have a hand in changing the future, maybe you're supposed to arrest him and whatever he does in breaking out or anything of that sort, or maybe he gets a big redemption arc while he's in prison. And that's when he comes through and saves the town.
I do think a little time behind bars would do him some good.
I don't have
Gotta
much
say.
faith in the corrections.
At least a consequence. One consequence maybe for his actions might do something for him.
I also think that probably saving the town was really just like a byproduct of him saving himself. So good, but
That too. Yeah, good point.
I agree with you. When I originally allowed him to stay, we had a bargain of sorts that he and his would never harm a single person in Blackriver, and that he would do everything that he could to keep the town safe, which up until this point he has honored. But
Now that he's broken it though.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
He
I'll be
claims
honest.
technically that man didn't belong to Blackriver, and therefore, et cetera, et cetera. But
If your deal was him not harming anyone in Blackriver, then he broke that.
he split hairs. I agree with you, and I'm not mighty happy about it.
I mean, also, it's not really splitting hairs when it's murder in front of you.
Yeah.
Ain't that the Vance special to split hairs about killing a man?
It kind of feels like it's the sheriff's special, too.
A little bit.
That man might have brought the trouble to Vance. I don't think that the Vance...
Point of
Created
order,
the
is
trouble.
Samuel still the sheriff? Because I'm pretty sure I anointed Sylvie the sheriff
I
last
told
time.
you that ain't the word for it, but
I mean, we could take a vote right now.
Congrats, Sheriff, you're the deputy.
no,
I've been
no.
a deputy before.
And you just got demoted, I guess. I think that's where the vote landed.
They decided that in your absence that I was the best one to fill your shoes and just keep an eye on things. But you're back now, so
So you're a deputy. And Sylvie's the sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
Sylvie just takes off her hat and is just like massaging, like just like doing one of these, just like.
Listen,
Willow
listen,
is
hey,
folding
if
an
you'd like a
origami
badge-
star and writing deputy on it.
I don't need a badge from you, sheriff. That's
Listen, they're not wrong. I think you do right by this town. I mean, I like my job and all. Wasn't really looking to retire, but maybe someday.
maybe a proper election sometime.
Sure thing. Throw your name in the hat next time.
We'll see.
Hope they gave you a good badge, though.
Oh, fuck.
Willow holds up the origami badge.
I think there's an old deputy badge floating around somewhere in my desk.
Just
Probably.
the heaviest sigh from this woman.
Yeah,
The heaviest mom sigh. Like,
he shares a chuckle with you. You know, you guys keep riding and head over to Zion's house. It's only 10 minutes away, if I remember correctly. And it does look a little more verdant inside her gates. She takes good care of her garden, and it seems to be resistant to the influence of the surrounding area. You guys have been here before, although I don't think she knows that. And so she, sort of welcomes you to her home, lets you in, starts bustling around. Yes.
Her door still open, and is her food still gone?
Unless you guys shut the door, yes, her door is still open. Which I'm sure she kind of takes note of, but
Are
she
the crows
glances
there?
her- There are a handful of crows in the tree, sort of doing their typical squawking.
do they look weird or suspicious?
Why don't you investigate the crows for me?
Okay. That's a 16 investigation.
All right. You're a sharpshooter. You've got good eyesight. The crows, you don't see any that are behaving strangely this time. And in fact, the whole group of them seem to be a little more relaxed than the last time you were here. They're just kind of vibing.
All right, cool. At least it seemed normal this time.
Xana would be like, were they not last time? At this time?
Nope.
What do you mean this time?
Well, we came by your house to look for you here first when we were trying to find you.
Fair.
See if there is any sort of sign as to where you may have gone.
And then we found a murder.
Of crows.
Yeah, I gathered.
A real
Alright,
weird one,
I guess
but
strange how? Like, out of place? Here, honestly, Elizabeth will kind of pipe up and she'll be like, yeah, they were just spying for me.
color me surprised.
Shocking.
Yeah. She goes quiet again.
Looking Elizabeth up and down, does she have anything besides just the dress? Like, does she have jewelry or something that would look like it might be a focus? A components pouch? She's casting Circle of Death on people.
She was wearing a belt with kind of little soft leather pouches on it before, and she's placed that same belt over her current dress. It reasonably looks like a coin pouch, but probably also potentially has spell components in it.
I mean, I would take note of that, and if she at any point reaches for that, she might just get tackled or I'll sit clear on her. I don't know.
All right. So far, she doesn't seem like she has interacted with her belt at all or seems to have any negative intent, but you're welcome to keep an eye on her.
She's out here trying to kill people. Keeping an eye on her.
Yes, she was. She sees you looking and kind of nods quietly.
Just like, do the narrow the eyes.
I tried.
Yeah, they were dead actually, and I brought them back to life to serve as spies. It's kind of just my specialty. They shouldn't be here right now.
Were they dead at one point, and then because we did kind of take care of a whole flock of those too.
Oh, you mean the ones with the dragon? Yeah, those were mine.
Those were different ones then. All right.
Different crows, same.
But still you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. That makes sense. That tracks. All right. What do we need to take care of before we head on back to town? If anything.
I don't know.
I'm sorry to bring the subject back up. Talking exactly my strong suit. I believe you, Sheriff, when you say that you'd like to be a little bit more honest with. Zion and Virgil seem to know that you can see things, and it might help us if you told us a little more about what you did see happening. You said salvation. That sounds like quite a large event, considering I just saw you appearing on an altar in a church. I'm sort of assuming that might mean something. If there's a saint interfering for you, there's something going on.
Tell you as much as that. No. I gotta be. Sometimes some visions are clearer than others. It's common that I'll see a face or a scene and have a sense of what's gonna happen or has happened or what that individual intends. It's not always a linear sequence. I saw Vance before I ever met him, and I had a sense that he was important, and that he was important to Blackriver, the town that I've spent my whole life trying to look after. But the edges of it weren't clear. They weren't. I don't know. Sometimes I remember it being in the church, sometimes other places, sometimes all of it at once. There's nothing specific. It's hard to explain. It's like, have you ever woken up from a dream and you get the sense of what you were dreaming about, but the pieces of it start to fracture the longer you think of them?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot like that.
And this doesn't come as a surprise to either of you. And Mel kind of looks at Ziona and Virgil.
They glance at each other. Virgil kind of just shrugs. Xana's like, no, that's been happening to him for a long time. I mentioned a while back that Virgil here he's very talented at scrying, but he can't do what Samuel can do. Samuel's mother, Abigail, she helped us out a lot when we first came to Blackriver. So when Samuel came back from working up north, he explained it to us, what had happened, what was still happening to him, even though most of the townsfolk probably wouldn't quite understand.
Glad he's not the only one who knows. That's good to have a bunch of people on the case, I assume. But, Elizabeth, you said that the veil was getting thinner. And that there was a chance, or that Azon was trying to come over here to get stronger and also weaken it.
She nods. She's like, yeah, it's... I don't know, there's some kind of event coming, or they want to create some kind of event. Admittedly, it's not like Azon sat down and explained every little detail to me, but...
Well, something coming and increase in visions and someone getting removed from the earth?
Well, it sure seemed like it might be centered around your annoying resident villain. I don't know, maybe he's summoning them. To what end, I don't know. I mean, I've been here a couple of weeks, and yeah, I mean, I've been keeping an eye on a lot of people in town, but he's hard to keep an eye on. I think deliberately so.
Well, we know that for sure.
He's very good at evading other people's attention.
Getting rid of him is seeing him seeming like a more and more attractive option, or at the very least getting him the hell out of town, if nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, you probably don't want my opinion, but I think that he's probably bad for this place.
I'm inclined to agree.
If you put him in the desert, he's gonna die.
What, you mean Vance?
Yep.
Thank you.
He was just
right.
he was just out in the desert. He was literally just out there. We met him in the desert.
If he's being pursued by people from Rattle Hill, then I do not believe that he will survive out there in the desert, not especially not south. Blackriver works for him. He's got to stay here.
Yeah. And what happens when he doesn't... when he gets tired of how things are going and he decides that he needs more? Where's that all going to come from?
Well...
If he stays in Blackriver, it's going to come from the people of the town.
Um,
Men like him aren't appeased easy.
no. They're not.
Samuel nods. He's like, I was going to talk to him when I parted ways with all of you. It seems a few days late now, but if he's back in town, I still intend to. If it makes sense to ask him to leave, then I will. I promise. I'm not going to pick that man over this town.
I hope you mean that.
I mean it with every piece of conviction that I have and on my mama's grave that Blackriver is the most important thing in the world to me. And I have no intention of allowing any harm to befall it if I can help it. I just hope you can believe that.
Dirty 20 insight.
He's telling the truth?
All right.
Well, I guess I'll see you all on Monday. Unless you got anything else for me.
Not banishing that. Okay. If not getting rid of ants. If getting rid of ants means that you don't have any more visions of this town getting saved, we're gonna have to figure out another vision, right?
If what you're saying, Malcolm, is that we'll find another way, then I imagine we will. You've all proven you're quite good at that.
Let's hope so.
I hope so as well. Thank you for everything.
You're welcome.
All right. Yeah, he's gonna stay here with Ziana and Virgil for a little while. If you guys choose to head back to town. If there's anything you'd like to take care of, anything you'd like to do, please let me know. Otherwise, we can do a little...
Do they seem like they're hunkering down for like a chat?
Yeah, they're probably gonna catch up a little bit.
Yeah, wild shape into something that can.
Yeah,
like,
do it.
That can listen to them. I don't know. What's this?
You could, leave a little buddy, and we'll just put you on the back of Claire's horse to keep a hold of you while your little buddy sticks around.
It's kind of, I'll use the one. Fine, that's sensible. I will, I guess, hop up on Claire's horse and then send out like a little familiar, just like a bird of the desert that would be like kind of innocuous, just to kind of like sit in a windowsill, just like, I'm sleeping, I'm a bird.
Yeah, all right. It's a nice day. I'm sure Ziana has a couple windows cracked. You could probably some kind of little desert sparrow or something sit on a windowsill and listen to that.
Just chilling with little buddy.
You guys settle up and head out.
Just imagining like her singing a little song, except the little bird song is like booty booty booty, rocking everywhere.
That feels right. This feels correct.
Found you.
This little bird sitting in the window going, all right, rating all the asses in the room on 1 to 10. No.
Sure, 0.
Oh, you know what? You're not wrong. That dude's got no ass. So what you hear first is a fairly friendly, kind of caring exchange between mainly Ziana and Samuel. Virgil tends to be a little less emotive, but he seems relieved in any case. It's mainly kind of the sheriff being like, you're okay, and like, well, we're glad you're okay, blah, 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 blah. The way that these three interact is very familiar, almost as if they regard each other as family. And so they kind of go around like that, and Ziana makes coffee and et cetera, et cetera. So, they chatter a little bit about what happened. They give him a little bit more detail about all the stuff what they know, all that kind of stuff. Nothing that they say is at odds with anything that they've told you, so it doesn't seem that they were lying about anything or necessarily concealing anything. They do pressure him a little bit about Vance. They agree with you, Virgil and Ziana do, that he is potentially becoming a problem. Virgil actually admits there that he has been regularly trying to spy on Vance and that he's not able to see into Vance's office. So he's only ever able to see Vance when he is out and about and like within range. So it's kind of a small window there. But Virgil is of the opinion that Vance has been doing a lot of research into various demons and stories about demons and has been actually sinking a lot of resource into doing so. Although he hasn't quite been able to figure out why or for what purpose.
I mean,
sorry?
I mean, at some point we'd get back to town, I would guess, and I'd have to get
Yeah, so eventually you're going to kind of run out of listening power here. But yeah, that's about it. Right before you run out, though, you do kind of hear Virgil make a passing remark at Samuel that he's got to, quote, cut it out with Vance. And Samuel kind of like snorts and rolls his eyes, and then that's kind of the last that you hear.
Relay all the important stuff to the party after I snap back. I think Samuel and Samuel and Vance are doing stuff, and I just like eyebrows. I raise one eyebrow at Mal, like, what was that sound? Can I insight check that sound?
I mean, like an enemies kind of thing. I guess I could kind of see it, but
I rolled a natural 20 on insight, +4 for 24.
Incredible. Mal's the worst liar and has a negative to deception.
Save.
So you're getting the intense the inkling that Malcolm did know. And you are correct.
Just doing things.
Although his opinion of it is pretty much in line with yeah, he needs to cut it the fuck out, and why the fuck would you?
Just such a bad boy. Yeah, and then the whole Vance research thing, plus Virgil says his office is warded, at least against scrying. Clearly not against physical damage.
Yeah, I don't think there were any wards against physical damage or acid damage.
No.
There was no elemental resistance there.
No, none.
Mm-mm.
That desk looked expensive.
It was. He was real quiet. The eerie kind of quiet when I was going to bed.
Oh.
I don't trust it. I don't think it was good. I don't like quiet.
Yeah, quiet from a fellow like that doesn't seem like
Doesn't sit well.
Maybe he was
just like when a 2-year-old gets too quiet.
Yes.
Maybe he was reflecting on the harm he's caused and thinking about how he deserved that.
I don't think we're going to get any more freak apologies
No.
from people who have done us wrong. No offense. I'm sorry.
Vance don't seem like the introspective sort.
No, that was sarcasm. Yeah.
He's going to die out there.
No, okay, you say this with concern. And
Yeah,
you saw
I don't
him
kill anybody.
He could literally go the opposite direction and he would not get killed. There's multiple, it's like an entire circle around him and he could turn any direction and go that direction.
I know people like him, and they have far too much pride not to seek out the kind of people that, well, are trying to kill them. He did go chasing the last man who tried to kill him.
Yeah, so he's literally getting himself killed.
Yeah, I'd prefer that he didn't. There's an opportunity for him to, well, say a little bit too much about Blackriver in the process, which I'd prefer he didn't do.
You think he would give...
Tell someone about you.
Yeah, I think he would.
I think he'd they already don't like him. He would come in guns blazing. They'd come in guns blazing. No one would be like, let's sit down and have tea and talk about you. Unless you have something more to tell us. Your friend Willow.
I don't know. He could be the schmarmy monologuing type.
Oh, he does love to monologue.
He's the monologuing.
He does seem
He
like
is the
it.
monologuing type.
But...
And unfortunately, if he's leaving something behind, especially Blackriver, power loves a vacuum.
That it does.
I mean, the sheriff could get it together a little.
Maybe.
I say loudly as though he's here, and I know that he's not.
Was that directed at me? Like, what?
No, I forgot that he wasn't following us. There was like 6 of them back there at one point, so I was just assuming. I forgot that I was a bird listening to. It's a whole thing. Sometimes
Fair enough,
space gets weird.
Lots of voices to listen.
I can only imagine.
So, are we kind of waiting for the sheriff to have another vision, or are we supposed to be tracking down these other seals, or are we just waiting until next Monday and we get paid, and then we're just gonna go kill whatever random zombies wander into town? Like,
A little bit of column
That's a
A, a
great
little bit of column B.
Well,
Okay.
maybe Vance is just real mad when we get back to town, and it'll just be finally that time. No,
I don't know.
okay, no.
are we not supposed to fight him now that he's supposed to be this town's savior, or are we supposed to fight him? And then, like, in that fight,
If it
he
gives me a
realizes
reason, I
he's
will.
the savior.
Here's my follow-up.
Or-
Visions. Like, I know they can be accurate, but like, why are we taking his visions as accurate? Make your own destiny.
I think his visions might be accurate. Mine,
It would still be open
one
to
I
his
have.
interpretation, though. Whatever he's
True.
seeing.
yes.
Plus, the vision he had was a vision based on the future of the time, and that future could have changed based on other things.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm inclined to believe what I see, and I have seen that Vance is a piece of shit. So,
True words. Mm-hmm.
I agree. I don't think we should kill him. I don't think that we should turn him out on the street and expect for him to die in the desert.
He could literally go the other direction. Is
Yeah,
all I'm saying.
no one
We
is
are not
saying
taking him
anything.
out there. We're not
Yeah.
burying him up to his neck and letting the buzzards eat him. Which
Yeah.
I mean, also
Mel, you're the only one who's talked about abandoning him in the desert. That has been all you. No one else
Wouldn't-
said anything about that.
Any man's blood on my hands, and I'm sorry. I understand that there's 3 of the same kind of person out there.
Preacher.
I'm not really running from anything, but I'm really not particularly happy with the idea that there are 3 of him out there currently looking for his ass. Claire?
Well,
I am concerned by the amount of like ownership that you are taking on for someone else's decisions.
yeah, I was
Like that is
also
not
gonna-
healthy.
Mm-mm.
And I'm sorry,
Got a point.
punching young women seems to be the healthy way to get your emotions out.
No one said she was healthy, but she can point out something valid.
I mean, that's true. I'm
Yeah.
just, people, glass houses sort of situation.
Okay, fine. But put yourself in an early grave of stress and whatnot. I will put myself in an early grave of liquor and punching people.
And
Yeah.
mouth cancer.
Just, well, if
That
you
is
would just
true.
blow
I
on
have
things
like
before you eat 'em.
no problem drinking
Oh, you-
things that are way too hot. That is, yeah.
Your
That
taste
ship
buds,
has
your taste
sailed.
buds. I will take that under advisement. My
Listen,
fucking brother was
when
here.
you when you have hot things presented in front of you, you have to eat them before someone else does.
It's someone trying to take your food from you.
Clearly in the past.
I mean, I don't think Amity's stealing fruit from you. Don't you all live together?
Yeah, and I have to like hide food until it's like cool enough. Otherwise, it's just like, it's, like
It's gone.
It's like watching like a child eat, where you turn around and then they want seconds. All of a sudden, you're like, that was like 1.5 pounds of meat.
Oh, it's a blessing when that happens.
He who eats the fastest eats the mostest.
Is that a prayer?
Maybe a curse.
I mean, then you have food. Eat when you have food. You don't know when you will again.
I'm just looking at Mal's just looking at Claire. Mal's just very like.
All right.
What?
Amity just takes a granola bar out of a bag and gives it to her.
You got to keep snacks for the kids, you know. All right, so you guys
Sylvie absolutely has a lot of has like so many extra rations in her bag for that exact reason. In the bag of holding, there's plenty.
Yes.
Are we all feeding
the
Claire
saddlebag
snacks
of
right now?
holding.
Claire will eat.
Like lob a ration at her head.
All right, everybody lobs rations at Claire to see how much she will consume on the ride back to Black River.
There is no limit.
There's no limit.
The limit does not exist.
There is
Limits
no
does not
limit.
exist. Oh, no. You're going to spoil your lunch. All right, so you guys get back to town. Things are honestly pretty calm. Samuel told you he'd see you on Monday as a kind of like he knows you gets paid on that day. So you guys have a little bit of time here if there's anything you'd like to do. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of assume that like Willow hangs out at the pub, perhaps, play some cards. Perhaps overhear some people complaining about their missing spoons, buttons being picked off their laundry, that type of thing. Claire, I think that some little brat comes up to you and like is like, I heard you were the woman to beat. And wants to start a fist fight.
Like a little child?
He's probably like 18.
Oh, okay.
But he's like
That's a child.
Oh, a child.
He like
Yeah.
slams money down and he's like, fight me.
A child who can sign a contract. Okay, kid.
All right, let's fucking go.
I did stupid shit when I was 18. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it'll
Way
put
dumber.
him on the right path and he'll become like a dentist or something.
He's like flanked by these two
Become a
other
barber
boys
surgeon.
about his age, and they're all kind of like hyping him up, and they're all like, yeah, like you can beat her.
Hang on.
It is clear your reputation is spreading.
Claire will take out a bottle of whiskey, throw back a huge swig. Just, all right, let's fucking go.
Yeah, all right, he'll take you out back behind. It's called let's say in front of the saloon. Why not? He wants to show off. I'm gonna 3 hits to the.
I mean, yeah, as this begins, though, just in classic cheating fashion, Amity is going to be like, try not to kill him. And just like as she touches Claire's shoulder, just like a warm energy, but also a little bit cold because, you know, it's like mushroom spores or whatever, goes out and you will have... That's not the right thing. Yeah, it is. Okay. You will have a +2 to your AC for the next 10 minutes.
Oh, shit. Oh, all right. God.
That's okay. Calm down.
All right.
poor kid.
So,
And then I start like running around being like, there's a fight. Who wants to bet? You know, hot man stuff.
all right. Yeah, start taking bets. If you're doing this like at the, downtown, a lot of people at this point, I think, kind of know. So it's kind of 50-50. I think a lot of people want to bet that Claire is gonna win.
I mean, yeah, I'm taking those bets too. I'm just like maybe skimming a little. Everyone's gonna get most of their money back.
Oh, so you're setting up other people's bets between each other.
Yeah, I'm doing like some light self betting, but it's like I'm betting just enough to get my money back, but then also there's a 10% fee for keeping the books. So
Okay. You're writing little receipts for people.
yeah, got like a whole thing. It's just for sure.
All right. So, the folks downtown need a little something to do. A lot of them place fairly nominal small bets, but between all of them, you can get a bunch of bets going. So we'll do the 3 hits until you're down to strategy. That is our normal here. Let me open up my notes somewhere. Yes. Okay. So do you want to flip a coin for who goes first?
They can go first.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
All right, very, very magnanimous. I think he's all like, all right, if you want to go, you want to go, but I'll take the advantage. So, okay. He's kind of hyping himself up, and his first strike is going to be an 18 to hit.
That'll miss.
Thought as much.
So I will, like, as he comes in, I just slow move out of the way, and then keeping my, just kind of with my front hand, kind of do a quick jab with a 16 to hit.
That does not hit. So he will kind of get out of the way there, and he's like, all right, you're pretty good. His next strike is going to be 22 to hit.
That just hits.
Ooh. Where? Okay. So he's looking a little proud of himself now. He's kind of like, all right, bring it on.
You will notice that Claire doesn't actually have her guard up. Like, she's doing the lazy fighter thing of, like, hands down, so... And not really, she's not taking this kid seriously at all.
He's like, come on, give me the best shot.
Okay, so that is a 26 to hit.
Oh.
His head goes flying through the air.
Yeah, so, like, this kid's feeling real good about getting a shot in. He's like, all right, yeah. And then you just whack him. He's like, oh, and his friends are like, oh. All right, he'll come back in with oh, yeah, you really knocked him off his game. That's only going to be a 13 to hit.
That'll miss.
So he just swing and a miss.
That's another 16.
No, that does not hit. So he's like, all right. He'll line up. He'll try to get one in on you. That's going to be a 21, which I believe does not hit. So just real close, but he just barely misses you.
That's dirty 20 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that'll get him. So he reels back and kind of tries to shake it off, and he'll come in and try to get you with a 22 exactly.
That hits.
So, like, just clips you right on the shoulder.
That is 15 plus the 8. Why is this all 23 to hit?
Yeah, that'll do it. So he was feeling like he had a good chance here, but how do you want to knock this kid on his ass?
Okay, so he hits me. I do the, like, wipe the blood kind of from my mouth. And then I kind of nod at him, kind of like, good shot. Move my jaw around. And then, like, just do the, come here. He starts to come in. I, like, block his hand down as I spin around, and I just clock him across the temple with a spinning back fist. And he spins in response because of how hard the hit is, and then just hits the ground.
Oh yeah. You knock him out very easily, and his two buddies are kind of like, oh, like doing the teenager thing, and they'll kind of drag him over to the porch and like try to wake him up a little bit. But they'll throw his 5 gold at you, let you catch it.
Yeah, 5 gold.
Yeah.
Is he like he's like
everybody,
alive though, right?
He's alive. He's
fine. Okay.
He's knocked out, but they're kind of pouring water on him, and he's kind of waking up and going, oh, like doing one of these, and everybody else on the porch is kind of giving it a good clap. They're like, all right.
Just like in the crowd, like, Mike, you still owe me from last time. I don't fucking forget.
Mike's like shuffling around the corner. He's like, I'll pay you back next time.
I'm never gonna get that money. It's like
No, you
3
ain't.
gold at this point. Just like handing stuff out, doing shady bookkeeping.
Everybody either receives or gives their bets to you as needed, and you can get an additional 8 gold.
Yes, 13 gold.
All right, enjoy. So let's say that we're gonna move forward to Friday, October 4th. During which time, Amity hanging out at the homestead, the ravens that are friendly to you mention that they're complaining about a group of crows nearby who are getting particularly obnoxious. Just kind of general chatter. And
well, I mean, are they just crows you don't want to be friends with? Or are they like weird crows? Like, what are you talking about? As I'm like, I don't know, making dough or something.
They're squawking at you. You two are squawking at each other. And they inform you that the crows have gotten extra, like, they keep stealing things. Like, they just are stealing, like, everything.
I mean, that's what crows do. I mean, you guys are like 40% bigger than them. Maybe just don't be bitches about it.
And the ravens are like, it's just annoying,
So it's just a vet session. You didn't actually want tips on how not to get your shit stolen by smaller birds. Okay.
Yes.
I throw some food at them.
The crows are venting at you about their neighbors. Corn.
Or comes over and is like, maybe you guys should just try not flying around so much.
The raccoon's like shoving shit in a bag like,
I see you, you motherfucker.
Starts running for the fence.
Claire
you're never going to catch him.
Shoe.
Don't. Well, go get the shoe. We have like 3 shoes in this whole house, and you're going to throw one of them?
3?
I mean, I'm barefoot all the time. She has her own boots.
Is it 3 because the raccoon already stole the 4th one?
I mean, maybe I was just trying to mildly inconvenience someone, and I just took 1 shoe.
Fair.
It is canon.
Yep.
Is
it 3 different shoes?
Yeah. They're all, like, left feet, though.
Perfect.
No, sometimes that's maybe just the price of things. I just need your left shoe for this cure.
Feels about right.
Yeah.
Just gotta curate the mystique of it all.
Mm-hmm.
But, all right, Malcolm, I'm going to assume you are taking care of your garden and doing other such things. Is there anything specific you wanted to do?
Yeah. I'm gonna send a message. It's Friday.
Yes.
I'm gonna send a message to Amity.
Okay.
Hi. In your brain, you hear, hi, can you come to the Black River Church for just like an hour? I have something to give you. Come alone.
Still kneading the dough and talking to crows. And motherfucker. Hey, Claire, you want to be a lookout while I totally go to the church alone?
Why are you
I
going to
knew
the
it.
church alone?
Because Mal is messaging me in my head. It's not. You can decide when to respond. Put your hands down. He's like messaging me about coming to the church alone. He has something to give me, which hopefully is not just like.
Do you think he's sweet on you?
No, I do not.
I mean, I don't want to presume anything about him. I know he likes, stoic, weird old man sheriff types, but I also, I don't want to, imply implications about his sexuality.
Well, I was reading that as more of like a context clue about how I just kind of lightly bullied him. But anyway, will you come be a lookout so I don't get murdered by probably Vance?
Yeah.
And then in Mal's head, Mal will hear, "Fine, I'll be there in a bit."
With the amount of time that has passed, can I reasonably assume that she will not be alone?
Insight check the void.
I feel like there are so many things that could have happened
You're right.
in that pocket of time.
You're
There's
right.
no way for Mal to have any knowledge of
She
what
could
has
have
occurred.
been in the bathroom.
He learned a long time ago not to
Yeah.
assume what the women in his life were doing. We're good.
But I also just feel like you could assume she would not come alone because it's
Yeah.
the church where Vance lives.
Mhm.
Yeah. Mal just did invite Amity to the place where he knows that. Yeah.
Can we pretend that Vance is gone? You know what? It's fine.
Vance
Malcolm's
is
not
gone,
afraid of
come
him,
over.
actually. Malcolm's not afraid of him,
Vance is
actually.
gone, come over.
This is not
My
helping
mom
his
said,
case.
ask your mom if you can come over.
Pay-per-view. Yeah, so we totally go to the church
All right.
suspiciously.
What are you up to, Mel?
Malcolm is standing out back with a armful, you know when you're carrying a very large bushel of things and you kind of have the one arm out and it's so overflowing that it's sort of hitting you in the face, but he is sort of standing there lightly picking leaves off of the biggest bushel of flowers you've ever seen in your life. And he sees you and he does one of these. Hi.
As I am walking up by myself after, I don't know, putting Claire in a tree or whatever, just very quietly, shit, maybe Claire was right.
He is standing there. He is holding very many flowers. He is alone. There are no goons.
Hello, creature.
Hi. These are for you to take home.
Are these flowers with roots attached? Are we talking
They're fresh cut, but they're
Okay.
out of season, and many of them are sunflowers. A couple of them are yellow roses. There's a bunch of baby's breath in there.
Thank you. Why are you giving me all these flowers?
They're for you to give to Claire. Tomorrow's her birthday.
Oh, okay. Are they from you?
No.
Or
Listen, he's nervous because he doesn't know how to give gifts to people, but it's just coming off as normal weird nervousness. We decided when we were on the way to Zionos that tomorrow was going to be her birthday, and I figured that I would contact all of you. I haven't sent the messages yet, but I figured that you should be first. That I was going to try and we were going to get drinks tomorrow because I know she likes alcohol, and I would cover the cost of alcohol and food for the night so that she can have a good birthday, but I thought that you might want to give her something that was just from you. Not that you don't have the ability to pick things up on your own. I just...
Can I just check one thing? This was just made up on the walk. Like
I made this on the spot, yeah.
Okay, all right. I'm making sure because it's like, if it were like Claire's actual birthday, maybe Amity would know and be like,
Amity was the one who suggested her birthday.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm just like, I don't,
We had the whole
D&D.
conversation about Claire not knowing what her real birthday was. And
Claire said that she didn't know when her birthday was, and so everybody was like, well, do you want to pick one? And Amity said, what about October 5th?
We do this to so many D&D like people that I can't keep track of who we're assigning birthdays to.
Don't worry.
I'm standing there like holding these flowers. I'm like,
everybody likes flowers, I assume. It's one of the only things that I'm good at.
You grew these here?
Yeah.
I mean, that's some impressive gardening, just like overall. You got it. I mean, roses normally don't do super well down here. It's just like not a great. I mean,
the only things that I'm good at. Thank you. I brought them from home. Seriously though, I don't mention it. Don't say they were from me. I just thought. I didn't mean to assume. I'm not very good at this whole offering people kindness thing.
I mean, I do appreciate it. What were you thinking of assuming?
What do you... Aren't you sweet on her?
I mean, just the gray rises in her face, and she's just like, "What? It's a whole thing,
I don't mean to.
Well, I mean, she's a whole issue unto herself, but she's got like a good heart, muscles and stuff, and just out here punching people. I mean, she's real hot. Was there something else besides the flowers, or we just what's happening here?
No, that was it. Thank you for confirming. I was not making things up in my brain. One time somebody showed up in my life, a young man, out of nowhere, just sort of found him in the sand, and he changed the trajectory of my entire life. So I thought that you might want these for her, because I was picking up on... I don't mean to assume. You can go. I don't have anything else for you. Please be at the bar tomorrow between 7 and 9.
Okay. I sort of look awkwardly, and I reach into one of my little pouches at my waist and just hand him a glowing mushroom and just turn and leave.
Oh, wait. Oh, thank you. Oh, what does this do? Do I eat it?
No, don't. No, don't eat it. That would not go well for you.
Yes. You were going to say yes for a second.
Well, because I mean, if you're into drugs, eat it.
No.
Otherwise, don't eat it. You can just put it on some sand. It'll get a little wee root. Someplace dark though. It's bioluminescent.
Okay. Oh.
Bye.
Can you keep it a surprise?
But no, because she's hiding in a tree, so she already saw most of it.
She's here.
Well, yes, because you brought me to a church where a known enemy lives, and I was just like,
Vance doesn't care what homosexual shit I'm doing behind the church.
Well, you could have just been like, well, it wouldn't have worked if you said come over.
If
for
I said do not bring
shit.
Claire, you would not. It wouldn't have helped. There was no other way to send this message that would have made sure that you came.
No, yeah, there was no point
No.
where I was gonna come here without backup, and the only backup was... Anyway, I guess I will take this giant bouquet of flowers and say that I ordered them from you.
Sure, whatever you need to say. I will not speak a word of it.
heavy sigh and just like turns and walks away.
Malcolm walks directly into the Doritos display outside the back door of the church and then goes inside.
It's over a broom, it clatters. He's like, ugh.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Wait, he does send a message to everybody and says, meet me at the bar tomorrow between 7 and 9. It is for Claire's birthday. Do not bring money. Bring booze.
The bar? You can't bring booze to a bar?
I don't, never mind, I didn't say that.
All right, y'all get a message from Malcolm at some point in this period of time.
Could you say that? I was clipping.
Oh my god.
Oh
Yes.
no, don't you
Yes,
clip
yes,
things.
yes.
Oh no.
Oh, God bless.
Thank you.
He was just saying, please come to the bar tomorrow, which is Saturday, between, I believe, 7 and 9.
Yeah.
And then bring booze. No, wait, don't bring booze. Don't bring money, I think.
Yeah, he ran out of words.
Willow
Typical.
looks
Yeah.
to Elizabeth and it's like, okay, so we're bringing booze and we're bringing money. We gotta be at the bar tomorrow, 7 to 9. Like, to the message back to Mal, she is going to say, on it, bring booze, will do. On the case of the missing buttons and the missing spoons. And that's it.
Elizabeth is like, aren't we in a... But we're in a bar.
Yeah.
Why is it BYOB?
Buttons and spoons?
I mean, it's the easiest BYOB ever, I guess. But I guess we can bring more if we really want. But I just assumed we just ask Steve to bring it over.
There.
Buttons and spoons?
Are you saying another message?
Yeah, I got spell slots. Buttons and spoons, and that's all it says.
Okay, so weirdest thing. All the people on the gossip about when they were gone that buttons and spoons were missing. And like it's just like complete rambling where the bulk of the message is just that people are talking about missing buttons and spoons, but she manages to like get 25 fucking words out of it of nonsense. Like making this a bigger deal than what it is. Like it's some big ordeal. Not much is going on in this town.
No.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yeah. They have a light conversation about it. He uses all his spell slots to talk about the buttons and the spoons.
You guys need to get a cell phone. All right, so you guys mind your business. And at some point during the day also, Sylvia, I don't know if you're hanging out in town or if you have any particular designs on anything.
I'd stick around town, probably. Not doing much.
I think that it's sort of around midday, let's say also on Friday, a herringon woman catches you. She's sort of a sandy woman with very tall ears. She looks like a bunny. And she also has very small antlers, like set between the ears. And she's wearing a lavender dress with a white
She's a jackalope.
apron. Yes, she's a jackalope. And she sort of catches you in passing and she's like, oh, you're Miss McKay, right?
Yeah? Who might you be? I don't believe we've been acquainted.
Oh, yes. My name is Pearl Galloway, and I work over at the apothecary. Well, I own the apothecary. And, well, I do a lot of things. But anyway, well, kind of word has gotten around about you and all of your friends, and I was wondering if I could ask for some help, actually.
Well, I suppose that depends on what it is you need help with.
Well, it's more than I'm kind of worried about something. Well, okay, the short version is that a little girl came in earlier this morning, and she'd been cursed, which, I took care of that. That's all right, but I'm kind of worried about it happening to the other children if it happened to her, So I thought, I don't know, maybe I could get a bit of help.
Yeah. What exactly did the kids say happened?
Well, it's the strangest thing. She said that she and all of her friends were out playing around lunchtime. They were supposed to be at school, but I guess that they weren't. And she said she fell in a gopher hole and that there was pirate treasure down there, which didn't really make any sense to me. But then she said that a big monster attacked her, and then she got a bunch of scrapes and bruises. And well, her father brought her in this morning because he'd try to heal her. Parents can do that sometimes, little scrapes and bruises and the like.
Yeah.
But she wasn't healing, no matter what he did. So he brought her into me, and well, I figured out she was cursed. Easy enough to get rid of it, but I don't know. It didn't really make any kind of sense to me. I was kind of hoping.
No,
it
that's
might
certainly
to some of
strange.
you.
Yeah. That was just this morning, just now.
Yeah, I mean, she's back at school now, I think, but
Good. Anything from her other friends who were with her that day?
I
Heard any
haven't spoken to
whispers?
them yet.
All right.
Well, I was hoping, maybe you could drop by my shop later, and
Absolutely, yeah. I will.
I just saw you in the street and thought maybe I'd ask.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, see what we can do.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hopefully we'll be able to be of some help.
I'd appreciate it if you were. It might be nothing, but, well,
But it might be something.
right. And I know the sheriff doesn't pay you very well, so if you need a little something, I can probably help.
Don't concern yourself too much with that, alright?
All right, thank you. Maybe, shall I see you about 4, maybe? Is that all right?
That'll probably be alright, yeah. I'll check in with the others, and if we need to stop by some other time, then we'll let you know, but...
Yeah, that's quite all right. Thank you. Well, I suppose I'll see you later then.
Suppose so.
And she sort of curtsies a little bit and heads back over to her shop. And we've run a little bit late, but we're going to take a break now because we have human needs for our human forms and other miscellaneous pets and other such things. So thank you all so much for sticking around with us. We will be back in a couple of minutes here and find out what's going on with the missing spoons, perhaps.
Oh.
All right.
Howdy.
Nerva episode.
Howdy.
Hello.
Howdy.
Welcome back, everyone. I am back with coffee, so we're feeling great. Last we left, a jackalope Parangon named Pearl Galloway had asked you to drop by her shop at your leisure to look into a strange issue. So what are you guys up to?
Well, I'm rounding up the others and telling them about this
All right.
that I just heard about.
We can say that happened before Mal sending you, if you would like to respond to him in that manner.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you say where to meet you?
I should probably just like, meet me at the meet her at the apothecary. Yeah.
Should I tell the others?
I mean, I think we got a little time before all the revelry and whatnot.
Well, that's tomorrow.
Shit. All right, that's tomorrow. What am I talking
Yeah.
about? Yeah.
So today,
Celebrate later. Yeah.
hold on, I'll send out a couple messages.
All right. Yeah.
Wait.
We don't have to be there till like 4, but
He used all of them for the willow button
to talk
exchange.
about the spoons.
Yeah, so
Welcome.
you're gonna find those spoons.
I didn't think we were gonna do anything today.
And it
Is
just
it
has-
reasonable? Oh, fuck me.
I feel we could delegate
No,
the
you-
spoon
hold on.
conversation.
Hold on. I'm coming to the
Also-
church. I'm coming to the church, Mal. Come on.
Okay.
I also messaged Sylvie before Willow and got to Willow last. So like,
Mhm.
feasibly, you just know less about buttons and spoons.
Sure.
Oh.
I used. I'm using 1 second level on Amity. Sylvie's
We can
coming to the
delegate the spoon conversation to one, and Willow can tell about you more in person.
Yeah, listen, I acknowledge that I have stuck you in this little trap.
It's
if you would
fine.
like to use
I
fewer
thought-
spell slots for spoon chatter, that's totally fine.
I'll use one for Willow. I guess I'll use 1 for spoons. And then Sylvie came to the church and went, that's weird.
You were talking to her about what now?
Apparently there's buttons and spoons and, like little trinkets, paperclip, that kind of stuff that's just been going missing.
Like shiny things that a kid might mistake for buried treasure if they were to find it in, say, a gopher hole.
Is that a thing that children usually do?
Well,
It's been a
Kids
very
get
long time since I was a child, and I kind of kept to the kitchen. Like,
oh, I'm sure your mother was quite grateful for that. But no, the more adventurous ones do tend to get into trouble. Yeah, I can say from experience. But
feels right. This feels right. Should we get everybody else rounded up?
yeah.
Okay. All right, we go around. We round people up.
All right, you guys gather together. You send messages to each other at your leisure.
So he just gave you a bunch of flowers? So is he sweet on you?
What? Like, does the thing where you like lift up bouquet, gigantic bushel of things into your face, so it's like, I am walking, but I am not seeing. Well, no, no, that's not. He gave me these to give to you.
He's sweet on me?
No, that's.
I wasn't actually hitting on him. I was legitimately hitting him.
That's a good play on words. No, he was giving them to me to give to you because he was under the impression that what. Well, I mean, like, I like you, and we like each other, I think, in a way.
What kind of way are you talking about?
A way that is more like, you know, when you like somebody in the local colloquialism, still hidden behind entire bushel of flowers.
So he wanted you to give these flowers to me because he presumed that you like me, and you are presuming that I like you in return because you're also confirming that you do indeed like me in this situation.
I feel like you use the word presuming a lot because it's a fairly large word, and I think you could use it less because... And I just drop like the bunch of flowers and grab the front of her shirt and kiss her. What? Everyone stop that.
Yeah, she kisses you back.
Making out on the road.
Can I see? Did Mal see this?
I mean, like, if you had like maybe a spyglass, it would have been like at least 50 yards would have been the distance from where Claire was hiding for potential ambush.
Yeah. Mal has uncorrected short-sightedness, so he didn't see a single thing.
He also ran into the broom. Is busy like digging around. No, you guys have all the privacy you want.
We're getting out on the road.
You did. I feel bad that you dropped the preacher's flowers. They were very nicely arranged.
It was lovely. It was a lot of them, though. I don't like. It's a shit ton of flowers.
It is, but they're pretty.
And I like pick one of the roses up and hand it to her. Yeah, I do feel bad actually leaving that many, and I like scoop up some more. Like I scoop up like 2 solid vasefuls of flowers, and I'm like, yes, let's go.
But yeah, I'm sorry that I'm awkward and I'm stubborn and I get a little closed off. The last person that I liked, she wasn't exactly nice. And she, well, you know, she's the one who, wanted me to take a fall in that fight, and I didn't do it. And so she's the one who kind of also had some people beat the shit out of me and shank me and tie me to my horse and send me on my way. So,
Amity clearly does not know what to say, but like spores kind of start like rising around her a little bit. Like, and she's just like kind of like looking like middle distance away, like angry face.
There in general has just been a lot of people given just kind of a little bit of using me, and also kind of just like getting rid of me. My mama couldn't keep me, so she sent me to the carnival. And they were fine. Kind of felt like family, but it was also kind of the environment that you hold on to your belongings when you sleep. And people from the towns don't really like you. Usually don't want you around. Sure, they're entertained by some of the stuff, but I hear what they say about us. Kind of why I've been a little mean to the preacher, because usually the religious sorts are the first ones to try to run us out. But I feel safe with you.
The flowers and hugs her. You can stay as long as you want.
I'd like that. Kind of the first place that's felt a little like home.
Dave and Buster both sure like having you around.
What's the raccoon's name?
Steve.
I'm pretty sure Steve's gonna, like, shank me in my sleep, though.
Oh,
It's the tiny hands. They're creepy.
Well, also, just stay away from Steve. I'm not 100% sure he's not rabid.
Why do you keep him around?
He keeps the rats under control, which I don't ask about.
Okay.
Okay. Steve the Rat Killer. You guys can head on home if you like, or wherever you would like to. It's lovely weather, lovely afternoon.
So it's still afternoon, so we've yet to get the message about...
Well, okay. When did you want this to execute this task? Like midday?
Mal wakes up at the ass crack of fucking dawn, so I feel like he probably did it in the morning at some point. Yeah.
So it's morning.
Sylvie is also a morning person, so it makes sense that they would have at some like her to be up and about and around.
Yeah, he's like in town and probably runs into Sylvie at like noon, let's say, and then I'm assuming enough time has passed that the everybody has gone home and we're gonna have to recollect. Willow's waking up.
Yeah, Willow's waking up. Elizabeth's hanging out. Let's just say, yeah, stuff happened in the morning. You guys collected each other, yada, yada, yada. You're able to meet up downtown sometime in the afternoon.
Okay. We gonna go get Amity and Claire?
Well, I mean, we also got the message. We're right fucking here.
Got the message? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. All of you reconvene downtown.
Okay.
Fill everybody in on what Pearl told me.
Yep.
But
How old was this child?
how old?
Yeah.
I forgot to ask actually, but had to have been young.
Yeah.
School age.
Curse is an awful lot for a school-age kid.
Yeah.
Well, they're always picking stuff up. How are you not going to get cursed, honestly?
Honestly, for fuck's sake.
Stop touching things.
Annabelle.
Okay. She's not here right now.
Valid.
I was
Of course,
thinking it
Dad,
too,
why
but
is
she's
she
not here
so
right
bad?
now.
Streams, don't cross the streams.
Curse juice bad.
But why it tastes so good?
But why it do such good damage?
True.
All right, so you guys
Next
head
up, we'll
over.
share.
Yeah. You guys head over to the apothecary. It's a very well kept little building with kind of like little like light fabric curtains with lace edges in the windows and like a well swept front step. And you can easily kind of step up the front step. It's sort of at the other end of downtown, so not towards the church, but at the other end of downtown. So that's on the east end of sort of the main strip. You've probably seen it before, but you may have seen her in passing, but she's never introduced herself to you guys before now. But if you head in, there's like a little chime bell that kind of goes off over your heads. And
I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, did we get this information early enough in the day where there would have been time to go back to the homestead and come back? But before I get that answered, this also seems like someone that Amity would like trade with.
I think Amity probably does know Pearl, actually. So, you know, when Sylvie's like, oh yeah, Pearl, the apothecary, whatever, Amity's like, oh yeah, I know her.
Yeah, I gotta go get some like dried mushrooms and shit for my house so I can trade with her.
Yeah, I'm sure she actually probably does trade with you. She has whatever magic supplies you might have a harder time acquiring or might be from further abroad if you would like to get anything from her. And I bet she likes whatever mushrooms and other types of things you collect.
For some, a perhaps goodwill amount of things or whatever weird discussion we're about to have.
Yeah, sure. If you'd like to head home and you know that you're visiting Pearl later, then yeah, if you have anything you want to drop off or sell or trade, go right ahead.
I mean, I'm sure I would have something, but I feel like I have to like roll for like a maybe when we get there versus an amount of value or something, depending on what's happening.
I'm sure that Amity has stores of stuff at home as well that you've been collecting for quite a while.
Yeah.
So not a hard task.
Yeah. And we'll see what it's worth.
All right. So yeah, you can head over to her shop. And so yeah, she'll greet you and she'll go, oh, hello, Amity. Good afternoon.
Yes.
And kind of nod to everybody else. And she's nods especially to Sylvie, and she's like, thank you for bringing everybody by. My name is Pearl Galloway, and I own this shop. And she's sort of standing behind a counter that has a glass front and has a bunch of like little drawers in it and little odds and ends on display and all kinds of, there are little dried flowers around and kind of very bright, very homey, very sweet inside. And there's a door that's slightly ajar in the back of the shop, and you can see that there's another room beyond that. And she sort of starts bustling around, and she puts a kettle on a little single stove burner and pulls out a bunch of teacups and all this stuff. And she's like, thank you for dropping by. I don't know how much Miss McKay has told you yet, but, well, a friend of mine, Ernest, I don't know if you know about, well, Amity, you've met him. He's the bee guy out west. He's a druid like you, but he brought in his daughter, Grace, the middle child, this morning, and it was very strange. She had a bunch of scrapes and bruises that didn't seem too bad at first, but then he explained that he tried to heal her and it wasn't working. So I took a look at her and I realized they had this kind of weird sort of black rot around the edges, which poor thing didn't deserve that at all. But it turned out that she had been cursed, which I've never seen anything like it. You know, I got rid of the curse, of course, but I'm just worried that if she picked it up in the desert somewhere, it might happen to someone else. So, you know, word's kind of gotten around town. You're all... Well, you've helped us quite a lot already, but you are also pretty good at defending yourselves or taking care of things. Sometimes, so I thought I'd ask. I mean, if you're busy, it's all right, but...
Was this child playing in one of the dead parts of the desert out there?
I don't know. She was a bit out of sorts. She was pretty upset. She said that she and her friends, they were playing somewhere out near the school. She didn't really say where. But it's normally pretty safe out there. I mean, you know, we've all made sure of it. It's near the school, of course. The newer one, the old crane house, not the old schoolhouse. That's, well, empty now, but...
I'm sorry. Samuel Crane's old house is the schoolhouse now?
Oh, yeah, well, when his mother passed, he was already living over the sheriff's office, and so he offered up his old house to be the new schoolhouse because the old one was in sort of bad repair. That was about, I think, 20 years ago now. But, well, the kids are probably, well, they'll probably be getting out pretty soon if you'd like to talk to them. Or you can always go over to Ernest Lee's orchard and talk to him and his family. I suppose that's up to you.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, the poor thing, she was sobbing. I mean, she's all right now, but she said that they found treasure out in the grasslands. Which I've never heard hide nor hair of something like that. They seemed very excited about pirates, but I sincerely doubt that.
Well, I suppose it could have been anything, really. Anything strange or odd or unusual that they found out there. Could have been a shiny rock for all we know. That a kid would consider treasure.
Yeah, she said she'd given it to her sister, so I wasn't able to see it, but she swore it was something very pretty. I don't know.
Her sister at the schoolhouse still?
Most likely. All the children go at the same time, so... Well, okay, the very, very young ones go earlier in the morning, and the older ones go at night, but Marianne, the oldest, should be there with her now.
What's the younger daughter's name, by the way?
The youngest is Minnie. So Minnie's the youngest, and then poor Grace is in the middle, and then Marianne is the oldest. They range from about... Oh, how old are they now? I think Minnie is 7, maybe 8. I don't remember their birthdays. And then the Marianne is, I think, close to 15 now.
How old's
Why'd you
Grace?
say poor Grace?
Oh, well, she was the one with the curse.
Right, okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
I lost track of that. How old is she?
There are a bunch of them. I think she's about 11 now, 11 or 12.
Okay.
But sweet kids. I always liked them anyway. Their parents are Ernest and Edith, so I'm sure they'd be happy to talk to you if you need it. Hard to miss the big orchard and all that.
Yeah, I do also feel like we should just go see what the treasure is. And if it's just a shiny rock, then we know we're looking for something with shiny rock. And if it's not just a shiny rock, then it becomes more interesting to some of us. And I look at Willow pointedly, who I assume has just been playing with cards until this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
So you said she gave Marianne the treasure, so Marianne's the one that has a shiny something?
I would assume so.
All right.
It's the last I knew of it anyway. But if you don't mind looking into it, I'd very much appreciate it. I genuinely hope it's nothing, and I hate to say that I hope you don't find anything, but
But I mean, we could also find a shit ton of shiny magical rock.
Maybe.
Which, like, think about how much that's worth to you just in case.
Well, it depends on the type of rock, as I'm sure you know.
Wow.
I mean, my friend in the city who sells me all the diamond cuttings and stuff considers rocks pretty valuable, but...
Yeah, and so just like a possible ballpark, and like Amity's like backing out the door. Let's think about the shiny rock.
If you show me the shiny rock, I'd be happy to take a look.
Well, we'll let you know what we find out.
Yeah, thank you all. I'll be here if you need anything.
We'll let you know. God bless.
On the, if you guys are headed out.
Sure.
Why don't anybody who's kind of taken a look around the shop roll me a quick perception, perhaps? Mal, you at this point kind of don't need to do that.
I mean, I will still roll it.
Yeah, if you
Ooh,
15.
ooh,
Willow's playing
22.
cards.
Ooh.
Nice.
23, beating my passive 22.
I got his passive 22.
There you go. So while she's kind of bustling around and talking to you guys, anyone who kind of glances around the shop and is just kind of taking it in, you realize that through that cracked back door, sort of emblazoned on a large empty piece of floor is a teleportation circle.
Is this like this is behind the counter, correct?
So she's kind of behind a counter, but there's another room and the door is partially ajar into that next room. It's not behind the counter, but it's sort of deeper into the shop.
Backing out, and now I'm coming back to the counter. Where does that teleportation circle go? I just going for it.
She sort of seems a little surprised and glances at it, and she's like, it goes over to, well, it doesn't really go anywhere, but it's a place.
Well, what other teleportation circles do you know, I guess, to send us somewhere?
Yeah, if you'd like to. Mostly some of the townsfolk use that one to go over to White Hollow on Sundays to go to church, because it's a bit far away. I mean, ever since, the old priest passed away here, we haven't had service in our church, so I ended up sorting something out with the priest over in White Hollow so that we could, get people back and forth. So I know they maintain a sending circle there. If you'd ever like to go, I could draw you the sigils, if you'd like. I imagine there are other teleportation circles around, but they're a bit rare.
I mean, I can't do that. Anyway. Yeah, no, I don't need to go anywhere.
I've got that scroll if we want to draw those down and have a more reasonable way, more solid way than trusting Willow's magic to get places.
If you'd like to take a look at it, I don't mind.
Sure.
All right.
Like, take out her journal and her pens and go sketch it.
Yeah, she'll bustle out kind of from behind the counter and let you into that room back there. It's somewhat sparsely furnished, although cleanly. There's a sort of a long, wide table in the corner, and you can reasonably kind of guess just from looking around that she sometimes does act somewhat like a doctor for this town, and that this room is a little more intended for that, but also serves as a good place for the teleportation circle. And yeah, she'd be happy to let you copy it down if you'd like.
Thank you.
If you ever need to, use it, you're welcome to do so. Or
We may
come
very
here.
randomly come in hot. Hopefully not bleeding, possibly unconscious. But most likely be coming in hot.
Well, if you're hurt, I can always help out.
Oh,
But
thanks.
I hope you won't be.
Yeah, same here.
Thank
I mean,
you,
most
ma'am.
people don't really want to teleport wounded, I guess.
Better teleport wounded than teleport dead, though, so.
Well, I don't think teleport works when you're dead.
I mean, wouldn't they
I mean, it
count as an
doesn't-
object that someone else would be carrying?
Yeah, you're
Okay, well,
just a bag of
I mean, you
meat.
can't cast teleport when you're dead, and never mind.
Well,
She is arguing with Willow. How deep you want to take this?
No, I'm sorry, it was a joke. It wasn't a very good joke.
Willow, just stop. We're trying to
Okay.
save a kid from a mine or some shit. I don't know.
Okay. Are you missing any spoons?
Spoons?
Spoons.
I
Shiny things?
haven't looked lately. Do
Okay.
you normally count your spoons?
Well,
On
yeah.
a daily
No.
basis.
Well, you're not supposed to count them before they're hatched or some shit like that.
That's chicken.
Isn't that chickens? Yeah.
I think
What?
it's also
What,
you should.
wouldn't they have already hatched if you're counting chickens?
Yeah, that's
Good
true.
point.
Otherwise, you're just
Good
counting eggs. Yeah, that's.
We're just back to the dead bodies using teleportation circles all over again.
Well, no, because they can't teleport if they're dead.
But they could be carried.
Anyways,
It's a chicken and egg situation. Anyway,
Pleasure to meet you. Thank you.
thank you so
Sure.
much.
Finish up the circle.
And she nods and sees you out. And she's like, if you ever need anything, well, I sell a lot of potion ingredients, all that kind of stuff.
Do you sell
Odds and ends.
chicken?
No,
No.
there's chicken at home.
I'm
Just push her out
hungry
the door.
now.
No,
lava ration at her head.
I only have the tea. Amity, did you want to sell stuff to her?
Well, no, it was more of like a trade in case she had useful information, and she just seems so earnest and not full of useful tradable drug information. So I'm gonna go.
Okay, all
I'm gonna take my bags of hallucinogenic mushrooms and I'm gonna go.
She's like, thanks, Amity. I'll see you next time.
I leave her a couple mushrooms. Thumbs up. Walk away.
If she has a potion for sale, Willow will buy one.
What type of potion?
Just a baby. She's not going to spend that much on one. She already spent a lot of her gold. She got to gamble this stuff.
Oh, did you say health potion?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you could buy a health potion from her. Why not?
Okay.
Standard price, which I believe is 50 gold.
Done. Thank you.
Yep. She happily does that. She's got a cute little, like, golden colored brass till, cha-ching. She'll sell you a
Aw.
health potion. And, all right, where do you guys want to head?
To the god.
We can't
Ooh,
just
yeah.
we can't just talk to the kids on their own. No, they are children.
We're talking to exactly one kid about the disappearance of her sister. Also, we're deputies of the law. So, Sylvie,
And you think-
take care of this.
I've got some
We are
candy.
No, Claire,
No!
do not take care of this.
Children
Just-
like
no.
candy. What?
That's
You
not
do-
that.
You're not,
Okay,
you're not
that-
supposed to tempt them with it because it's fucking
that's
creepy.
not exactly.
What?
I can make 3 of us invisible, and a ghost could be offering
For
candy.
fuck's sake, no! We
No.
are gonna go talk to their parents, and then when they get home from school, then we can talk to them.
What if
Oh,
it's
wait,
too
wait,
late,
shouldn't be too long
Sylvie?
anyway.
What if it's too
no.
late?
Claire said it creepy, but honestly, here is the thing. They were at the school when she stepped into the whole thing, and her sister is there with the magic thing she found from the hole, right? Am I missing something? That's correct, right?
Fine,
Okay.
fine,
Yeah.
fine.
So
Fine,
we just ask
fine.
her, and the teacher's gonna be right there, so
I'm
if
walking towards the schoolhouse. Fine.
don't
Stop
Hello?
it a little bit.
Claire, do not offer this child candy because Sylvie will fucking kill you.
Just
Completely
All right.
non-suspiciously, what was that?
Claire, I think I got it this time. Pick a card.
Okay.
Willow very determinedly, I'm not gonna fuck it up this time.
I pick a card.
I hold them about 50 feet back from the perimeter of the school while they're doing this, per the restraining order.
All right, I'm gonna guess you pulled the 2 of clubs.
No.
So fucking close.
Jack
Aw.
of spades.
Not even a little close.
Wow, you're already up at the school. Go do
Yes,
business.
I
Willow, you hear briefly a chuckle in your ear, and a voice that sounds an awful lot like Felix's voice, be like, "You're gonna have to get a little better at that."
I'm working on it. It's really hard to read the cards when you can't see them.
Wait, who are you talking to, Willow? What are you working on?
Oh, you didn't hear that?
No.
I look at Claire.
She kind of like glances around.
Sylvia, are we waiting for the parents to do the line where they come and pick up their children and they lack, the car line? Are we doing that?
Carpool line.
Horses in the wagon.
Yeah.
Does it, from like as we approach the schoolhouse, does it look like can we tell if based on like time of day and whatever, does it look like school will be letting out soon, or can we tell from out here?
It is reasonable to guess that school probably lets out very soon, from about when it is right now. And the schoolhouse is kind of an old but well-constructed stone building, so it's got kind of the roundish stones on the outside with wooden doorways and lintels and a wood roof. And there's sort of a big bell that's been hung on the front porch. And it already, actually, as you get closer, it does seem like kids are starting to kind of trickle out the front door a little bit. And there's a actually fairly young woman kind of standing on the porch in a very long, simple dress with her arms crossed, kind of interacting with them, smiling, saying goodbye, kind of chatting with any parents who walk up.
Oh, go up to the teacher. Yeah.
She kind of looks at all of you and is a little interested, and she's like, "Good afternoon. How can I help you?"
Hi. Good afternoon. Sylvie, pleased to meet you.
She'll reach out her hand, shake your hand. She's like, "Yeah, hi, I'm Miss Stevens. I'm the school teacher here."
Hi, Miss Stevens. My friends and I here, we're actually here on a little bit of business. No one's in any sort of trouble. But we're just hoping to follow up on something that happened. I suppose happened yesterday, but Miss Galloway down at the apothecary let us know that something had happened to little Miss Grace.
Yeah.
And her friends had run into some sort of trouble yesterday, and we were just hoping to follow up on that, see if there was anything we could find out to make sure that nothing happened to anyone else.
Ernest mentioned something about that. That's Grace's father.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still here. Ernest hasn't quite shown up yet. He's usually a couple minutes late, to be honest. So if you'd like to talk to them, I don't mind. There were several children who were a bit late coming back from lunch yesterday, and they were a little banged up, Grace especially. They were crowing about having found treasure or something. I didn't think very much of it, but...
Were any of the others scratched up like she was?
Come to think of it, no. They're a little dirty, maybe, but they didn't seem like they were hurt.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah, Grace, everyone else seemed like excited. They were crowing about a monster and who knows what else, but she seemed, scared.
A monster?
Yeah, I don't know. They said they ran into something out there. Well, they said Grace did. I think, little Stevie likes to make stories a bit bigger than they are, so I don't know how much to believe of his tale, but Grace said that she saw something. She was pretty upset, but she said she fell into a gopher hole or something out by Dead Horse Tree. And she sort of gestures, and you guys can see out on the horizon a big sort of skeletal, twisted cottonwood tree that doesn't really have too many leaves left on it. Some of the limbs are still alive, but some of them definitely aren't. And she'll continue and kind of be like, yeah, it's not uncommon for them to play out there. I can usually see them, and once I ring the bell, they're supposed to come back.
Few words they're supposed to, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
You said it was that's them over there?
Yeah, they're still inside if you'd like to talk to them, but...
We won't make any sort of trouble. We'll just want to see what they have to say about what went down.
Yeah, of course. While you're here, I thank you for what you all did for the town.
Oh.
Don't worry about it, ma'am.
Yeah.
All right. And she'll take a step back and lead you into the small house. And what you see as you step in is what was probably a living space at some point, but has kind of been repurposed. There are sort of little framed pictures of like the alphabet and like shapes and math and other kind of basic school decor placed around this room, and a number of kind of little tables and chairs and a big chalkboard at the end of the room. And there's an opening into a kitchen next door, and it's about what you'd kind of expect from this type of old farmhouse. There are a bunch of kids milling around, they're goofing around, they're kind of having fun. And there are 3 girls with dark hair in the corner who are hanging out, who look probably related, and she leads you towards that group.
I have a question.
Yes.
While we are sort of headed inside and looking around, Samuel said that his mom used to put the symbol of Saint Zara over all the doors. Is that present in this house, considering it used to be her house?
Why don't you roll me an investigation check?
Can I not use my percent? Okay.
Fine,
No, it's fair. It's fair. It's fair. It's fair. An investigation.
Passive investigation.
My passive investigation is a 17, which is exactly what I rolled.
All right.
I'm sorry. I apologize for what I have done.
Listen, it's fine. So yeah, if Mal is kind of taking a look around, thinking about that, he notices that there's a number of pieces of paper that have drawings on them that look like kids have done them, that are stuck up above kind of the doorway into the kitchen. But underneath the corner of one of them looks like it probably is an old carving of that symbol, if you were to like pick the paper up.
He's gonna do that while Sylvie leads the charge. I assume. Okay. Just confirming. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, so these 3 little girls are kind of, they're just playing in the corner, to be honest. You know, they're goofing around. They're doing the after school special of whatever. The youngest is kind of scribbling on a piece of paper, and like they're laughing and goofing around with each other. But they look up as you get closer, and they sort of look between their teacher and look between you, and, you know, are like, hello?
Hi. How are you 3 doing? I'm Sylvie.
Yeah, hi, nice to meet you. They'll introduce themselves. Marianne is kind of clearly the leader of the squad here. And she's like, yep, I'm Marianne, and this is Grace, and this is Minnie. Lee, all of us are Lee. And then they kind of seem like they remember they're supposed to like do a little curtsy.
Oh, it's all right. Fine manners.
Curtsy's back.
I'm sure your folks are proud.
They're very pleased about that.
We just wanted to talk to the 3 of you about something real quick. Not in trouble, nothing like that. I promise. But we were talking to Miss Galloway over at the apothecary this morning, and she said that you, Miss Grace, that you paid her a visit this morning, 'cause you kind of ran into some sort of trouble. Not trouble, maybe, but maybe something that you weren't quite expecting yesterday.
She seems a little timid as you bring up this topic. She's kind of like wringing her hands in her skirt a little bit.
It's all right.
Um,
It's okay. I'll kind of crouch to be not so tall and intimidating.
yeah. Well, yeah. I went to Miss Galloway's today, or well, Dad brought me because I don't know, he seemed really worried. He kept saying everything was fine, but he didn't seem like everything was fine. But we were playing yesterday, and then I fell into a hole, and there was a huge room full of treasure, and it was very, well, I don't know, Stevie's always saying there's treasure buried out here somewhere, and it turned out he was right.
Those are fun stories, ain't they?
Yeah. And, I fell down this hole, and I was busy trying to figure out where I was, and everybody was yelling at me from the hole up ahead. And then I looked into the shadows, and there was this monster. But I'd already picked up a piece of, a piece of treasure, and then it started yelling at me that I shouldn't touch it, and that, I don't know, and she seems kind of very scattered.
Okay, it's all right. What do you remember that it looked like? The monster.
A little kid drawing. What is the youngest drawing? She's scribbling on a paper.
She's using a black sort of wax stick, and it's kind of hard to tell. It might be a bird. But
Please carry on.
Grace is sort of like, it was huge, like bigger than a house, and
Like bigger than the schoolhouse room, or
yeah, I think so.
maybe a little smaller than that.
It was really dark down there.
That's okay. That's all right.
And it had feathers everywhere.
Okay.
And then it kept screaming at me.
You said that it talked to you in a way that you could understand it.
Yeah, it just kept telling me to, like, get out, and it kept saying mine.
Okay.
I don't know. I got really scared.
It's okay.
And,
it's all right.
and so I was trying to figure out how to get back out, but I couldn't. I was trying to climb the roots in the middle of the room and try to get back, because there was no exit. And I don't know. I fell off the tree, and I hit my head kind of hard, but I don't know. I managed to get back out of the hole at some point. I think Stevie grabbed my hand. No, I think it was Eddie. No, they both did. And then we got out of there, and they were all yelling about a monster. I don't know. But, well, I got something cool out of it anyway.
What'd you get?
And she looks directly at her sister, and her sister is kind of like,
I won't tell.
but
It's all right.
All right. She reaches into the pockets of her dress and pulls out an ornate hand mirror that is cracked down the middle and has a sort of enamel design of roses around the outer edge.
Wow. That is a mighty fine treasure that you found.
It's pretty, isn't it?
It
Detect
is.
magic.
If you detect magic, there is... The object in her hands is not magical, as always, your party's magic. The symbol that Mel noticed over the door does light up a little bit.
I'll
There's not...
Thank you.
Yes.
nudge Amity. Weren't you going on about something with the ravens and the crows earlier? About them taking things?
Yeah, the crows were stealing shit and the ravens were mad about it. What? Why? I was clearly paying all of my attention to this child's story. I'm like scribbling in a journal, doing something else. Like, yeah, we're gonna go down a well. That's fine.
It has a big crow thing, bird thing in it. Treasure. Willow, what the fuck have you been going on about spoons for?
Well, a lot of people in town have been mentioning missing spoons and missing shiny things and missing buttons.
Yes.
So there's a button thief going on in town or something.
You're saying the crows are stealing the shiny shit and putting it, but they're birds. Why would they put it in a hole in the ground?
Mal's gonna lightly touch Claire's arm and look at the drawing and look at her.
Can crows burrow during winter?
I lean over very close to Claire and I'm like, maybe I was wrong and maybe he does have a thing for you.
Did you ask the question, Sylvie? Sorry, please continue.
I don't remember at this point.
Something about crows burrowing. Who said crows?
That was Willow.
Burrowing?
Please ignore her.
Willow, god damn it, they're not burrowing owls. They are crows. They are majestic. Stop bringing them into your bullshit.
All of y'all for...
I said we just go find the hole.
Little ears. Your language.
Well, honestly, you're drawing fucking attention to it.
Yeah,
and that makes
that one's like in high school. That one swears, and I'm just like pointing at the 15-year-old.
I'm not. This ain't about. All right, whatever. Anyway,
It says we're not supposed to say that.
Yeah.
Listen to your parents. All right.
Show us the hole in the ground or whatever adult babysitter aged one. Show us.
Well,
Your name's Marianne.
Marianne, please.
I mean, I can take you over there, I guess. I haven't been over there.
It was Grace was the one who saw all of this.
So we're gonna take the small one and put the small one in danger.
That is not what I'm saying.
Sylvie, oh my, that's so irresponsible.
Smack Amity upside the head.
Fuck. That's fair, but
that still says we're not supposed to say that.
Yeah, don't say
Listen to your parents. Now, okay.
Also, show us where the fancy hole in the ground is.
If you don't want to go back there, Grace, that's okay. You can, if you tell us where it is, then we can likely find our way there. But I just want to see if that monster is still there, and if it is, then see what we can do so that no one else gets hurt by it.
Or you could watch us fight a monster. Whatever's enticing to you as a kid.
Marianne looks directly at Amity and is like, interested.
No.
Violence is not the answer.
I pick up on that and I was like, do you want to see me punch a monster in the fucking face?
She like nods vigorously.
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone actually fight a monster. Sounds cool.
Sylvia.
And without permission from your parents, you ain't. Now.
We do have permission slips, and I take out like one sheet of paper and rip it in half and start writing out.
Sake. Let's go. Come on.
Willow actually takes it from you and starts professionally forging a permission slip.
Oh, that's how you spell that.
Signs permission from the sheriff.
Grace is still kind of like hands in her little
permission
skirt.
from the sheriff is not it. I don't gotta get there. No, the
parent or guardian. All right.
Rude. Who else has paper?
Miss Stevens like leans over to Sylvie and is like, "They've never had children, have they?"
No, they haven't.
Oh, the teacher has paper. I take something off the desk.
Don't you dare.
It's someone's homework assignment. I just rip it and start over. Sorry,
Okay.
Gene. Please give Gene a B-. He deserves it.
You know, he's. Yeah, all right. He's a straight A student. I know he probably got it right.
Even better then. Yeah.
All right. Okay. I looked to Misty. He was like,
Check
I
this.
apologize for them.
I'm sure they mean well.
Yeah.
I have candy.
Stop.
Claire, God, that's the one thing I said do not say. Do not sign. Now I go over to Willow. Do not sign the sign here part this time when you do it.
All right, I'll leave that part blank.
Yeah.
Malcolm is in the corner. He's currently refreshing the little symbol on top of the door, like, topping it up, filling it with some prayer magic, giving it a little bless. Yeah, he's doing that.
I promise he's not vandalizing anything. He's trying to make things safe. I promise.
What?
Don't worry about it, preacher. You're fine.
Kind of giving you the look. You're like standing on a desk, probably. Like,
He's very tall, but he's absolutely removing children's stuff from.
Don't.
No. All right. He starts putting it back. We're going. Let's go.
okay.
Is it bright lighter? Light brighter? Brighter light. There we
it
go.
does-
That's the order.
It does glow very faintly under his ministrations.
Right.
So while all of this is occurring, Grace is still kind of looking at Sylvie and like kind of has her little hands in her skirt. She's like, "Well, it was between the roots of Dead Horse Tree. We play out there a lot, but Dad says we're not allowed to go out there anymore."
That's probably smart. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's just worried. He doesn't want you to get hurt again.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's fun playing out there. But
Yeah, there's, I don't know.
there are other places that you can play. All right.
Yeah, okay. Do you really want us to go back out there?
You don't have to. I don't want you to go back out there. No.
Okay.
I mean, not if it's a good land where we can go.
Sorry, what was that?
No, that would have been Amity saying smartassy shit from behind and then getting punched in the tit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God damn. Oh, all right. It was my nipple.
All right.
Reacting with violence ain't always the answer.
Oh, I should have worn
To the child.
corset today. Oh, and I'd still boning.
That was a
Don't.
decent punch.
I know. I'm wearing goddamn chainmail. Sorry, kids. GD chainmail.
It's the preacher you should worry about for that one.
It's also some fucking chainmail. Ow.
All right, we're all y'all out. Go.
Claire, throw the candy.
1, 2.
Well, it's already like with her carts, like what, and goes out.
Out of here by the time I get to 3. 3.
Now,
Go.
I'm out. Grabs the preacher.
I'm leaving.
I'm leaving because I want to, not because you told me. And I just like put my arm through Claire's and walk out.
Miss Stevens
Start
is
heading
like,
towards the tree.
You'd make a
I'm
good
better
teacher.
pretend that it was my daughter. All right. All right.
Yeah, she'll step out with you guys. The teacher will. She's like, "All right, well, you'd make a good teacher. I hope that helped."
I will leave that to patient souls like yourself.
Some days it's a challenge, but such as
Oh, I know it.
I do love them, though.
Well,
Please
see
let me
we
know if there's anything I can do. Sorry, what was that?
I just said that we'll see what we can do, but yeah. We'll let you know what we find.
Thank you very much.
And also let us know if any of the other children run into any sort of trouble out there. Or come back from lunch and recess injured like little Miss Grace was yesterday.
Yeah,
They may
I
want to
absolutely.
Pay a visit to Miss Galloway. if they do.
Yeah, of course. It's not unusual for them to get a bump or a scrape every now and then, but...
A skin knee is one thing, but something that won't heal is another.
Yeah.
It's a little more serious.
Yes, it is. All right, well, good luck out there.
Thank you.
All right. She goes about her business.
So he, like, turns around, faces the others.
So we're going
Well, that
to...
could have gone a lot worse. Let's go.
That went extremely well for how terrible most of us are.
Nothing got caught on fire.
That's it,
We got
good idea.
answers. No one got put in jail.
Yeah.
No one got murdered.
I
sure hope
I
no one
did not punch anyone.
Clear.
Sylvie,
Yeah.
however, did.
Yeah, you hit me right in the goddamn tit.
Yes, I did.
And it hurt both my feelings and my front upper chest, my pectoral region. It hurt.
Tea almost came out my nose.
You should not do that with tea.
Fuck. Okay.
I'm clipping.
I just...
You deserve that one.
I did have it coming. I'm still going to be salty about it, though,
That is also
because...
fair.
So we're all on the same page. Let's go to this hole in the ground by a tree. And I
Let's go.
just start walking next to Sylvie with purpose. Titty punch friends.
It's the best way to make friends.
Noted.
Yeah.
No.
Nope.
Yeah.
Claire, no.
Yeah.
Yes, no.
Point of order. Willow, did you bring Elizabeth on this venture, or did you advise her to stay back?
I am assuming since she has not been mentioned to this point, she has left her at the table, has taught her the bare basics of a card game, and is expecting her to win some freaking gold by the time she's back.
You like companioned wait-heared her.
Yes.
She's just confused as shit.
Yes. Willow trying to teach anyone anything. Good luck.
Okay, of all things, I think Willow could teach someone a very fine card game.
I think Willow has a very good understanding of card game, whether or not Willow could explain it.
She's like, you gotta listen to him breathing.
Yeah.
And so it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's cards.
That's about right. I think she picked it up pretty quick. She probably understood enough of the concept of.
I have high hopes for her.
Yeah. All right, she's playing folks at cards, and you guys are heading over to Dead Horse Tree, which is a withered old cottonwood on the horizon. I say horizon. You can get over there, probably 15-minute walk. It's not too bad.
School
It's mostly
children make the
grasslands out
trek
here.
on a lunch break. They've got short legs.
Yeah. They can run fast, but those legs are not very long. And there are a couple fences that you can kind of climb over. They're not too tall and that kind of thing. And as you guys get closer, you realize that there are quite a number of crows sitting in the branches of that tree, just circling around, hanging out.
Are they like normal crows?
They seem to be.
Is there a hole at the base of the tree?
How far away are you?
Get up close, take a closer look. Watching where we're walking. Real careful, so we don't fall into a hole by mistake.
I'm watching the crows.
So, the crows, I think you would notice significantly earlier, or more far from the tree, if you will. Is there anything specific that you're looking for, or are you just keeping an eye on them?
Well, I feel like, it's one of those things where it's like, how crows usually behave. And if they are behaving out of like a parameter of expectations, That makes sense. Like if they're being suspicious crows.
Yeah.
Like I am counting crows that are suspicious.
Like the
You doing what
band?
I can't remember a single Counting Crows song.
Round here.
Why don't you roll me a nature check?
Okay, believe in me so much. I know about nature. I'm a druid. Fuck yeah. 7.
The crows appear to be acting in a way standard with other crows that you've seen.
I elbow Claire. I'm like, those are some fucking crows, eh? I don't know. I just became Canadian. It was a whole thing.
I'm gonna name that one Mr. Jones.
All right, someone send me the song. I'll add it to the playlist.
I got it.
I'm like trying to remember any other words to that song, and I'm like, I remember Dreadlock Flop is all I remember.
Been a hot second.
Yeah, Counting Crows.
All right, do you all approach the tree?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Amity has become a bard in the background. She's playing that song.
She's like, man, I had this record. All right. As you all get closer to the tree, why don't you roll me either a... What was I looking for? My eyes don't work. How about how about investigation if you're looking for the hole, or like nature if you're kind of trying to see if anything is out of place or weird, or kind of keeping an eye on the crows or the tree, that kind of stuff. Take a
Perception.
7.
17.
Oh,
Nice. Better.
Fonzie, Willow will do nature.
sure, why not?
Was this
Or an
perception or
8.
investigation?
Ooh, better than
Are
me
you
though.
looking- Sorry. Okay, what did Willow get?
8 for nature.
Okay. The question was investigation or perception. Are you looking for something specific?
No.
Or are you just vibing?
I'm checking out the vibes.
Okay. Then you can do perception.
22.
Okay. So,
Buddy.
Oh,
I think-
16.
Ooh.
All right. all right.
Does my
Uh,
girlfriend put something?
Those of you who got above a 15 here, I think, notice that there are kind of some small holes in the ground that look a little like prairie dog holes or gopher holes, that kind of thing, that you kind of do have to kind of start being a little careful not to get your ankles stuck in. This isn't that unusual in this part of the world, but the closer you get to the tree, the more of them there are as you're walking around. And if you guys walk right up to the tree, does anybody walk right up to the tree?
Willow's hanging back from everyone,
Sure.
so whoever's going front,
Yeah.
she's about 15 feet behind him.
Claire will go up there with Sylvie.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? This tracks for me.
10 feet behind.
I'll go up pretty close. I have something to look for in the tree.
What are you looking for?
Is it shiny?
The tree?
Yes.
The tree looks like a normal tree. There is nothing shiny about it, or in it, or visible on it.
Okay.
So Sylvie and Claire, why don't you roll me a dexterity saving throw?
Oh boy!
Oh, babies.
Oh no.
Tree attack! Tree attack!
No, what? Do I have something to have a thing?
I'm gonna use a luck point.
Oh!
That's terrible.
Mhm.
15.
My first roll was a 3, so we're gonna go ahead and use a luck point to re-roll that one.
Apparently
That's
have a plus
not-
9 to dexterity saving throws.
16.
All right, so the two of you as you kind of get up close to the tree, you start to hear this sort of crumbling noise, and you narrowly manage to dodge out of the way as a large piece of earth collapses underneath you. And forms a sort of large, let's say it's about 3 feet across, broken hole between 2 large roots of this tree. And there, it seems from where you're looking like there's a fairly large, dark space underneath where you're standing.
Down the hole.
Think so, yeah.
Well, maybe we send a light down. Preacher, you got something that can send a light? Send the light down.
Oh my god.
I pull out my lighter, I light it, and drop it down.
Well, that's not the best version of drop it. Oh,
Do we see anything?
I mean, it worked.
Just a little bit of, yeah.
It does.
I do not have light as a cantrip on this character.
I thought you always had the light within you, preacher. God damn it.
The Holy Spirit does not act within me in the way that is useful in combat situations.
Well, that's fine. So, like, what do we see with Claire's sad Zippo falling down the hole?
So the Zippo falls down the hole.
Willow's got dark vision down there. Can she see into the hole?
Willow probably can, so if she comes up alongside all the others, then she'll be able to see in there. But Claire, since she's up next to this hole, just decides to light that Zippo and just toss it down in there. And it falls, and you can see the light kind of descending through the darkness in a way that doesn't seem to be magical or anything. And it strikes the floor about 20-ish feet down and goes out as it hits the floor. But it did briefly illuminate a space that seems pretty large. You could see the light from something like that. I'm going to guess you probably only get it like a 10-foot radius. It's not super, super bright. But you didn't see any walls as it fell.
So shiny. Is there stuff that the light is sort of like glinting off of? Because the kid said there was shiny stuff in there.
You know what? With your perception, this is just the new part for the course now. Yeah, actually, you notice that there are kind of some glimmers and glints in the darkness as the flame falls to the ground.
Any magic down there?
How far was the fall? Yeah, which also...
The fall was approximately 20 feet, and Willow, as you get up close to the edge, you will also be able to see down into this hole, and you'll see that there's a dirt floor at the bottom that, you know, you're kind of looking down through this hole, so you can't necessarily see the whole room, but you could see the edges of a bunch of stuff. Like, there are definitely objects down there that range from very small to relative size of a bread box, you know.
Anything magical?
There's like a hat, and there's some couple of spoons, and there's
Going
like
down there.
some pieces of broken glass and kind of bits and bobs, some marbles.
Is there a way that we can jump down there without taking damage? I think is the question.
I jump down there.
Go after.
If you just jump into the hole, you are going to take some fall damage.
Bring it.
All right.
Hey, damn, not trying to land on her.
If I remember correctly, fall damage is 1d6 per 10 feet.
Neat.
But
Slow fall. I reduce all damage by 40.
Fuck, catch me!
All right. All right. So Claire lands pretty hard, but knew what she was doing, so it doesn't hurt. Would you like to try to catch Amity?
Sure, I'll try to catch Amity.
I mean, this seems like it'd be dexterity.
Yeah, why don't you roll me... I'm going to guess acrobatics is your preferred.
Yeah, if I have to pick between the two.
All right.
Dirty 20.
All right. You catch Amity.
I can't believe you caught me, my strong savior. That I just like get out of her arms and stand up.
From atop. Kiss!
Fuck you, get down here. What do we see around us?
I lean over to Willow. I go, "You thought so too, huh?"
I just thought that's what you usually do when you.
I mean, yeah, the two of them, right? Yeah.
The right. Okay, all right.
Right? Yeah. Jump down.
Yeah, I'll follow.
You're jumping down too.
No,
yeah.
we could have set up. Oh, there.
Willow's staying up top.
He's so fucked.
Well, if they're going, are we?
Well, we could have like caught you.
Don't
We could have told you what you saw. Oh my god. Oh.
Are you
I just
jumping or
did
are
it
you
because
waiting?
I knew it'd be fine. What the hell?
Claire, heads up.
I mean, I.
Well,
did
not
it.
catching you
Claire,
too?
Claire,
Damn.
catch that.
Okay.
Claire.
Shit. God damn.
Sylvie's
okay.
coming. Sylvie's midair.
Oh shit. That is only a 12.
Oh!
I mean, Amity could try to help. I will grab one leg. Oh no, your little head fell. Oh shit.
Oh no.
Were you ready and kind of trying to assist with the catch, or did you wait until it was a fumble and then like try to?
Well, I feel like I would have been like, it would have been the thing where it's like, you know, where someone throws something and you assume the much more competent person next to you has it, but also like your muscles are like, I'll catch it if it comes this way. Oh shit, it's coming this way. So no, I was not prepared. Don't make me roll for it. Sorry, Sylvie, you're dead now.
That's fine. I'll be fine.
All right. Well, Claire, with a 12.
Break my fall.
Yeah.
I think Claire breaks your fall. I think you guys are going to split this fall damage. So it's going to be 1d6 for each of you.
Sorry.
Claire, take 5 fall damage. Sylvie, take 6.
All right.
I rolled high. I'm sorry.
I am not spending wind walk on this. I'm just not.
Stay up
Sylvie
here.
flattens Claire.
I would
Shit,
argue that maybe because Mal is while he is tall, I feel like he is slight.
Oh, waif.
Could I argue for advantage for catching Mal?
Have you considered
Also-
asking your friends for help?
Also, maybe we could get a rope. He's already fallen.
Did he jump after he saw Sylvie flatten Claire?
I said at one point that I would jump, but after seeing that happen, I think I'm gonna. It's just like the top of his head and the little collar, and he's just like,
No, I've
"All right,
Thumbs
I'll
up
come
from the
in."
ground.
No, lower
We're fine.
yourself down. Lower yourself down as long as your little
be all right.
skinny
Okay.
arms can, and then drop, and then
We got
someone
you.
will
It's
catch
fine. Jump,
Yeah.
preacher. Jump. Jump.
you. No, don't.
Jump
you see
around,
the bottoms
Reaper,
of, you see
jump.
the bottoms of his shoes, like slowly coming towards you.
Oh my
He
god.
looks at Willow and goes,
Malcolm.
We could have tied a rope, and then we would have a way up. Who else is up there? We
Is
need
there
to
a
tie-
clear way of climbing up and out of here?
I'll leave
Nope.
all your motherfuckers. I'll just turn into a bird and go, including you, Claire, because this is fucking stupid.
You jumped
first off-
too.
I did jump second, but I also always have a way
Willow
out,
is sitting
so
on the
really.
edge, just kicking her feet at this point, like eye level with Mal. Like, really, you're gonna go down there?
Willow, tie a rope around something.
Do I have rope? Hold on.
Do you not have rope? That's like a standard.
I don't
fucking
have rope.
thing. Oh,
"None of us are
God.
adventurers. The adventurers are in the hole."
If Claire and Sylvie work together on it, I will let you give one of you advantage.
I do not.
All right.
I let go. I
Catch
drop.
Val.
I fall.
Is this dexterity? Well, I
Unless
hope we're both good
you
at
want to
that,
roll
so.
separately. You can either roll
Tragic.
separately or you can give one of you advantage.
This is tragic.
I don't care.
I take out a
Separate.
decanter and pour a little bit of whiskey.
You got it?
Do separate. We'll
Well,
each
well,
roll.
All right, let's do it.
Willow is
Okay.
holding an Eldritch Blast in case something suddenly attacks in the hole.
Okay.
Like she's just sitting there, just like flinging cards in the air, like watching.
24.
Is this just you got it.
You can do athletics or acrobatics if you really want to try to beat a 24.
I mean, I'm not gonna beat it. It's a 15 either way.
All right. So Claire was like ready to show off this time, cracked her knuckles about it, and somehow convinced Mel to leap into the hole.
He just lets go. God be with me.
All right. Claire, you're easily able to catch Mel.
Okay. He's like he's very limby, so he's just like
Long cat.
I'm picturing Kyle.
Kyle. Exactly.
It
like
is.
that.
It's like if you could hold Kyle directly next to it.
Just limb like stiff, outstretched, like
Sir, Mister.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mr. Sir, Mr. Sir, man, boy.
Yeah.
All right, Willow, are you joining your fellows, or are you going to wait and see what happens?
I'm waiting up here.
All right.
Claire.
Tie a
No.
rope.
Willow.
Toss
God
me a
damn
rope.
it. Tie a rope.
Here.
Who didn't?
Mage
you guys
hand.
not have ropes? Oh, shoot. Yeah, mage hand.
I don't know.
Tie the rope around the tree.
Tied to the tree. Okay. All right.
I tied it to the tree.
I trust you. I trust you more than I trust myself right now.
All right. Roll me either sleight of hand or survival for rope
Me?
tying. Or rope
Oh.
tying. Knots.
Yeah, obviously
Captain
not.
tying knots over here.
Socking.
I'm going to add my Dark One's luck. Wait.
We're using the luck points on the important shit today.
Oh yeah, this feels premature.
I used mine to avoid like falling into the hole outright.
It feels like we could have tied a rope earlier.
Yes, we could have. Yes.
I was romantically falling. The rest of you were just like general falling.
General falling.
Oh, I have
Yeah.
a D12. Hold on. Is it a D12?
D12 is the one that kind of looks like a D20 but isn't.
Confusing D20.
This one.
I don't know. I know what it looks like. I don't know if I have it. Plus, I'm wondering if that's the
Oh.
one I need.
Ooh.
Thank you, though. I appreciate all of your support.
If it looks like a D20, but it's not a D20, then it's a D12.
I call it the soccer ball.
It's like
Yeah.
Lord's 20 is what it is in these dice.
So that is 19.
Okay, fantastic. You tie a great knot. You're feeling good
Yeah.
about it.
The dice.
Are we waiting for Willow? Or are we just like fucking leaving her? Because
Are you
I
coming?
feel like I think she's up there building like card houses or
You
I
whatever.
mean, it would
the
put it
rope.
faster.
Fall down.
Oh,
Oh. Okay.
because
Watch it from
yeah.
top.
No.
Well,
Get your ass down here and blast things with your little magic
I
cards.
can
God.
blast
What
things
Amity's
from up
done.
here.
Okay,
No.
while you guys are
Not
while
if
you
you
guys
can't
are
see it.
bickering with Willow
And yelling.
Yeah.
Get your ass down
and,
here.
and yelling inside the large hole.
Yeah.
See what's gonna come out first.
Yeah. That's why you have that fucking range, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm
Well,
up here.
middle name, last name, get down here.
All right, while you guys are bickering, your eyes start to adjust to the darkness of the hole. You realize that there are kind of all those little cracks and little holes and stuff in the roof that are letting in enough light that it's not 100% pitched dark down here. And while you are down here and your eyes start to adjust, you do notice that there are just piles of stuff. Just like, twisted up old glasses and like
Shit.
forks and little chunks of mirror and like there's a harmonica and like a
Collectible
belt
Spock
buckle,
spoon.
lots of weird garbage. Yeah. So the space is fairly large and it's sort of shaped like a donut. There's like a pillar in the middle of sorts made up of rock and stone and the roots from the tree. So this space is centered on the tree and stretches out in every direction around that root structure. And as you look across this so you can't see exactly all the way to the other side because of that big structure around the middle, but you can see that there is more and more and more stuff going that direction. And out of the darkness, you hear this kind of crunching, creaking noise as something just goes at you. And
was that like a large sound or like a small sound? Like animal?
It's relatively loud. And everybody hears it. And that is also where I'm going to end the session tonight.
No, but is it like fight time? Are we fight timing right now?
Is it scary?
Because symbiotic entity. If something sounds like a fight,
yes, you can have your symbiotic entity.
Thank you, DM.
Also, slight point of order. I would have picked up my lighter when I fell down.
All right.
It's still just flickering sadly.
So you do have a some light around you, a relatively weak amount of light, but way on the other side there is still kind of shrouded in darkness. But thank you everybody for hanging out with us. We love hanging out with you. And next week, 2 weeks from now, excuse me, so that's going to be April 21st. We'll be back to find out what Big Nasty is annoyed that our party has been yelling in its hole. So we're going to do a round of shoutouts, and then we will potentially bump you guys over to another cool show. Let's start with Kai'Ula Cosplay.
Me? I'm just here. I am Stephanie or Kai or Kai'Ula Cosplay if I'm on the internet, I guess. And yeah, no, I am here for this fight. Now that I have symbiotic entity up, and I'm gonna wreck some shit. Good day, thank you.
Very nice. All right, Vic.
Oh, hi, I'm Vic, or Vicious Frockery. I make stuff on the Instagram and on the Twitter and on all over the place. So that is what I'm doing. Come back next Monday for other things. We're teleporting. Very excited.
Yeah, stars and shit.
Yeah. So on Monday, come back for Laurelwind, run by our very own Jess, to find out where we're going next.
Darkness right now.
And then next Friday, we have Darkness Rising as well. So it's a 2-for-1 special next week, as it often is. I don't know what I'm fucking talking about at this point. Nat.
Hello. I'm Natalie, Shield Maiden or Shield Maiden cosplay across all platforms as Shield with 2 eyes. You can also find me on Instagram at zelman.arts where I post my pottery, like the mugs that Amber and Kai are showing off. Thank you. Thanks, y'all. Thank you.
It's a gay mug.
It is a gay mug, yes.
Very thematically appropriate this evening.
This is true.
What? There were gays on this show?
There's a homosexual in here.
Harold?
Oh my goodness.
Harold, they're lesbians.
People are gay, Steven.
That's all I got. Carry on. Who's next?
All right, next up we got Amber.
Hey, I'm Amber, Bedonia cosplay, Bedonia Italic, across the places and the things and such. I never leave here. But I'm working on cosplay and shit. Maybe I'll post some shit. I don't know. Come back Monday for dungeon crawling, and come back next Friday, because we are in the middle of a boss dungeon fight.
Ooh, yeah.
Very exciting.
Hello, I have been your Dungeon Master Dusty, or Elegant Feather Duster. You can find me places like Instagram where I post cosplay stuff. You can find me on Twitter as Elegant Feather, because there's a character limit. You'll figure it out. And I'm also here on Twitch as Elegant Feather Duster, and I will be streaming tomorrow night. Details TBD. Say hi to me on Twitter, and I'll give you more information on that. And I'm going to bounce you over to Jess now, both to give us her shout out and to let us know if we're rating anyone.
Hi, I'm Dr. Psychowl or Dr. Psychowl TV on Twitter. All that fun stuff. I was about to do I've been the DM this evening, but I have not. I have been
You've been the hot mess this evening.
I have been the hot
Of them this evening.
Listen, you gotta smooch. This is the only thing
Yeah,
that
I mean, I
matters.
basically just won D&D, so
I mean, it's our first,
That is
first
true.
gut punch romance.
That is true.
Hey!
Gross.
Ew. So yeah, find me on all the things and the stuff. I too am working on some cosplays. I've got some really dope looking Jedi and Sith belts that are looking really good. I'll post some pictures of those soon. But yeah, that's it. We're gonna go raid Nat 21 Adventures. They're doing some like gothic horror TTRPG stuff, so go give them some love. And yeah, come back on Monday for more shenanigans and find out what happens to the Laurelwind crew. And with that,
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw! We love you all, and good night.
A good night.